Kev, you looking at Roll20? I was dancing for a minute. Yeah. Hey, Cap.
Hello. Man, how dare you focus? You know better than that.
All right. What are your opinions on these? Yes, they are. Yeah, I like the flavor of these more than the spiciness.
Hey, everybody. Good, good. How you doing?
Man, this light is showing how oily I am. That's true. That's true enough. No. It's accurate. Like being in the South, you will be completely oily all the time.
That sounds gross.
Hey, you don't like the idea of having like a ton of olive oil just poured all over your skin? Yeah, it was so can Candace hear me? Okay.
So I'm settled into the new place finally.
I like the shelf. It looks good.
Nice.
Yeah, this whole room is just my office work area. I have claimed Yeah, so what we did is we kind of split it a little bit. And so I have the smallest bedroom I took for my bedroom, and then I took this one, which is another bedroom, and I made it into my work area. And I have, you know, a fuck ton of bookshelves. I still
Nice.
need to get more
Looks good.
because
If you don't mind me asking, how much more are you paying, like you yourself, for this new place?
so the entire thing is I believe, fuck, oh well, is a $70 difference.
That didn't sound like an oh well.
um, it's a $70 price difference to get an entire extra bedroom
It's pretty good.
total.
What the fuck?
Does
So
Break just
yeah,
die to you? Is it
Oh,
just
what was
dead
that?
now?
I
whoa,
missed that.
Lucy's here?
Surprise.
Ah,
I was not
Okay,
expecting you till next weekend.
now I am going to go, fix that.
Yeah, I figured out yesterday that I was arriving a bit earlier.
Nice. But so Candace, I was telling you about our accountability sticks. Yeah, if you look at our back pockets, you'll see them all there.
Yeah, I saw that after
All right. Hello, 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 hello. I don't think we actually have anybody else here right now except for Lucy, which is fine. Lucy is great. But hello to everybody and welcome to session 25 of Unlikely Heroes. Oh, Candace, you didn't have to do that. I gotta turn Kat down. I can hear her all the way down. So yeah, anyways, thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. This is session number 25. It has been 25 crazy long weeks of Dungeons and Dragons. Our group right now is in the midst of being put on trial. We've got about half of them that have been seen and concluded, and we're hopefully going to get through the other half today. We had a special surprise. We have Lucy, who is back from his trip to South Africa, and he's going to be joining us tonight, which is awesome because we weren't expecting him for another week. So definitely excited about that. So we've got the full crew here tonight. Really excited about this. This has been some excellent role play for all of us, and I'm super excited to continue to get to do this. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive into it. Please remember that we don't watch any chat. I don't watch any chat when we're playing because I want to make sure that all my players have the attention on them. But I do go back and watch the VOD, so if something pops up and you're not in our Discord, feel free to ask a question. We'll get back to you. And if not, you can send me a message on Twitch. It's just as easy as that. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Session number 25, Unlikely Heroes. Here we go.
Show. Xavier gave me front row seats too, so.
Hey man, the best for you, Lucy. Also, welcome back.
I'm in the hot spot now too. Oh boy.
Welcome back, Lucy. We've got everybody set up in stream, so we're going to dive into this here. So yeah, anyways, we got Lucy back. That's great. We weren't expecting you for a week, but I was very excited to be at the wedding last night and get a message from Lucy that was like, "Hey man, so just sorry to bother you. I was going to tell you this, but I was like, oh no, fuck yeah, this is the best news. This is wedding has been weird." Yeah, so...
The cake good at least?
Oh, dude, it was... wait, did you say good cake? I wouldn't know. Everybody ate all the desserts before we had a chance to get up there.
Yep.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
It was one of those weddings where literally people would hit the line with a plate, and I swear to God, I saw this woman, multiple people, but just this one woman in front of me. She loaded the entire plate with chocolate-covered strawberries, and then on top of that, she had a second row of them, and then on top of that, she had stacked a bunch of, like, mini cannolis, and that was literally, like, a quarter of the entire wedding party's worth of desserts, and she sat down and ate every fucking one of them to herself.
Yep.
Excuse me, were you in Texas?
No, and that's what was scary, man. I mean, you know what, though? She was from Arkansas.
That's why.
Yep.
That's true. That's true.
Yep. Anyways, I digress. We're here. That's all that matters, right? We made it. So, okay, we're gonna go through our regular thing. Let's do a quick recap. So last week, you guys started off. You were still in the holding cells underneath the jail, and you were calling on witnesses. You called on Xavier. And then Xavier came and had a little conversation with you guys, said, hey, look, I can't really do anything for you, but I do have an idea of somebody who might be able to, but it's a little extreme, but I do things a little extreme, so, hear me out. And he essentially said, I know this druid, this really powerful druid, who, if she is killed, okay, settle down now, if she's killed, we might be able to have her reincarnated so that way nobody knows who the hell she is. But again, you're going to have to die. And then he was like, let me know what you want to do. Have yourselves a fine trial. And here's a pair of pants. So, flash forward a little while later. You guys came back upstairs. Oh, I'm sorry. I believe you guys talked to... Grenshaw is also who you talked to.
Did.
Yes. And you were given some delicious dinner, which is atypical of most prisoners in Middleton. You guys, the next morning, were brought into the courthouse, or into the Lord Magistrate's office, which is exactly where you're at right now. Doc was brought on the stand, and for whatever reason, which I'm sure will be a conversation point at some point in time for you guys, she was dismissed of all charges and sent on her merry fucking way immediately, which was strange. But nobody really batted an eye. After that, Ree was brought up on, I believe... Give me 1 second here. So Ree was found guilty of the following crimes: fleeing the scene of a crime, disrupting the peace, resisting a public peacekeeper, and attempted assault of a public peacekeeper, to which she was fined, I think right around 20 gold. And then...
It was like 200 gold or something like that, wasn't it?
No, it was 20.
No, it was only 20. It was really
Oh,
low.
no, it was only 20
Yeah,
gold?
it was only 20.
And then, yeah, you were sent on your merry way. And then right before we left off, she was... I'm sorry, I take that back. Her name is not she. Okay, her name is whatever the records need to show. She was being sat down for her portion of the trial. So go ahead.
You know what's funny? That's still not the longest name of the party. Mr. Beaufort.
Oh, that
Oh,
is
yeah,
true.
that's technically
That is
true,
very
yeah.
true. I was like, who the hell's got a long... Oh, yeah, that's right. Beaufort's got a really long name.
It's Doc.
Yeah. Doc and Rear Tide. Okay, so yeah, that's the recap. I don't, believe it or not, I don't have any crazy notes. Beaufort, you're down to a -3 right now for all saving throws, attacks, ability checks. As you've already rested one night post-resurrection. That's all I've got for you. Experience. So, I gave everybody across the board, let's see, so it was, except Gray, so was 475 experience, which I know it does sound like kind of a lot with only being level 5, but your guys' roleplay last time around was just fucking phenomenal. I mean, I pretty much, it was like I was Bob Vila, set it and forget it. Okay, there's only 3 of us here who will honestly get that joke, and I believe that's me, Kevin, and Candace.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so that brings, starting session 25, it brings she to 8135 XP, Gray 7247, and the rest of the party at 9085. We are starting today's session on day 9, which, let me get my handy dandy calendar out here, is, oh, look at that, Monday, the 9th of Mugem. It is 11 a.m. Do I have any questions from anybody? Okay.
Just wanted to make a note in case you didn't get to watch the recap, Lucy. Doc saw through the disguise and made eye contact with him briefly, and then went and sat behind him.
Yeah, I also remember that you flick him in the face tail with a tail joke.
Oh yes, yeah, flick
Yeah,
him.
you gave him
Yes.
a little,
Yeah. Yep.
just a little tickle.
Oh, excuse me.
I
she
think
got
I
it
should
on
have
its
its own.
Yeah, it's got a mind of its own.
The flight ended we just got home an hour ago, so if I'm a bit off, just...
No, hey,
Excuse
no, dude, seriously, thank you for
It's
being
the middle
here.
of the night.
I mean, yeah, you do you. If you feel at some point like you are too exhausted, too jet lagged, too tired to keep going, you just let me know, and that's the end of it, my friend.
I'm way too excited.
Good. Okay, so let's go ahead.
If
Oh,
we
sorry, go
need
ahead.
to remove Lucy, I'm sure I've got another couple arrows that I can send his way. Just saying.
No.
The jokes
right now, you don't.
continue.
She never learns.
All right, so we're gonna start up some temple garden background music here. It's not a temple or a garden, but it's the closest fucking thing I have to calm ambience. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and start off right where we left off then. So, you had just been sat down, and Lord Magistrate Pita, what the hell is his last name?
Morakar.
Morakar, there we go, thank you. He sat you down, he pulled out a pretty long piece of parchment, which he began to read through. And he stopped and kind of glanced up and over at you, looks back down, he jots a couple of notes on the same parchment, And he says, "Whatever the record needs to show. Strange name. You have a couple of aliases, don't you? She who has not been named."
As I said before, I have no name.
It's odd to me, somebody who doesn't have a name. Everybody has to have a name. What would you be called? What were you referenced as when you were in the slaver camps?
Usually it's more of a point and you, hunter, or referencing the group. I had not earned the right to be granted a name. I had no deeds worthy of such an honor.
Understood. Now, what would you like me to call you? Do you have a preference among these many aliases I see listed here?
Many aliases.
Well, some of them
No.
are more derogatory remarks like slaver and she-beast, she-bitch, half-breed. I don't like many of these, so I'd like to offer you the chance to speak for yourself.
Whatever you prefer.
Understood. For the time being, let the record show, I will refer to she, her, as she. She, you've been brought up on many charges. Have you been told of your charges thus far?
Why don't you remind me?
Yes. So, during your interrogation, here is what the information we have. Existing as a criminal within peacebound territory, no contest. Fleeing as a fugitive, no contest. Desecration of church property, not guilty. Fleeing the scene of a crime, no contest. Disrupting the peace, no contest. Resisting a public peacekeeper, no contest. And corruption of once law-abiding citizens, 4 counts, no contest. Do you have questions regarding any of these accusations brought against you? And I ask this very particularly because no contest means that you neither admit nor deny your guilt, but you accept the trust of the court.
It is your perceptions that's laid these charges at my feet. No questions about the charges.
Yet you plead not guilty to a single charge of desecration of church property. May I ask you something, she? Are you a religious creature?
There are some things that should be held in the utmost respect.
Understood. The court finds you not guilty of desecration of church property. You see him draw a line across the parchment. Now, existing as a criminal within peacebound territory, you plead no contest. However, the notes that I have here state that you only entered the city on the 7th of Mugem. That would be this last Saturday. Is that correct?
Correct.
And when you came north from Mogu Mogu initially, did you pass through Middleton, or did you go around the city?
I, as the player, don't remember.
You went around. You went way the fuck
Okay.
around from civilization.
Oh, I don't remember. Sorry. No, we went around.
Very good. But at that point, you were not a criminal. Is that correct?
We learned about the open hunt hours before being taken.
Understood. So you were not aware of the charges levied against you, but you were aware that the act you and your companions committed against your own people would label you as a criminal. Is that correct, or am I misunderstanding the laws of your own people?
Oh, that is an interesting one. I realized when we were leaving that it would likely follow. At the time, I was more preoccupied with getting them the help that they needed, lest they get themselves killed again.
Understood.
Have you been told what happened there?
I have actually, yes. Indeed, I've received the report, and I've received the report from every individual on trial here, their own record. And it paints a very interesting picture. It paints a picture to me as if you are almost attempting to break your own bonds. Is that accurate, Ms. Shi?
I had gone back to my camps when I smelled the smoke, when I left, and she gestures back at the others. I was not expecting to see them again, and they chose to follow. And then they chose to antagonize the lieutenant. And then I had to choose whose hearts my arrows would find.
And instead of choosing your own people, the people whom you existed with since you can remember, since you came into your own sentience, you turned your back on them for people you'd only been adventuring with for a week? Why?
I chose to help them. Don't think I have loyalty to them. That wasn't their band. There was another we were traveling with at the time. The one I call Little Hunter.
The white scale, yes.
Yeah.
So your loyalty was to him.
The Little Hunter has an innocence and naivety, and the others are they are the most reckless, foolhardy, idiotic bunch that I have ever had the misfortune to encounter. And I was not going to let them get the Little Hunter killed as well.
Interesting. Very interesting. All for a kobold. Well, I believe I see the picture just a little bit more clear now. For the charge of existing as a criminal within peace-bound territory, you pleaded no contest. I find you not guilty. I truly believe that you had no clue that you were criminalized until you came back into the city the second time, at which point you would not have had an opportunity to turn yourself in, as the magistrate's office is closed after midnight, and it was far after midnight at that point. We didn't really give you an opportunity to turn yourself in the next day, therefore I believe we have failed ourselves within the justice system, and therefore I find you not guilty. He draws a line across the parchment. Now, fleeing as a fugitive, unfortunately I believe you and I can both agree that once you knew you were a fugitive and you ran from our guards, which we have an account of about 30 men all saying that you were very desperately attempting to flee from them, the court does find you guilty.
The court should also note that I made no moves to harm your guards.
And we take that into consideration. You've also not been charged with assault or death of any guardsmen who attempted to apprehend you. Simply fleeing. Fleeing the scene of a crime. That is a very small, trivial charge in the grand scheme of things. I do also find you guilty of that crime. Disrupting the peace. I have heard a tale from the Lord Master of the orphanage, and the children's screams as they looked through the windows and saw the blood-crazed orcish lady running towards the front door. Now, mind you, these are just children's stories, but it was frightening nonetheless. Also, there was quite a disruption in the religious sector of our city, and I do believe that this does constitute as a charge of guilty, as yes, you indeed did disrupt the peace, whatever your intention may have been. Resisting a public peacekeeper. Again, it is not assault of a peacekeeper. It is resisting the arrest. And that you did. And we have, again, 30-plus men willing to step forward and say that you resisted very successfully for a very long time. Quite impressive, to be honest. Not as impressive as the goblin before you, who broke the iron bands of Borelio, first time in Middleton history since our foundation.
Fuck yeah, I did! She
Please.
high fives the person next to her.
The dwarf just kind of like looks at you cockeyed, like, "Hey, get your fucking hands off me." And then he leans over. But seriously, that was pretty badass if it's true.
Fucking right, it's true.
She has a spirit.
Now, as far as corruption of once law-abiding citizens, this is a twofold issue for me. Right. This is a twofold issue for me. None of those who are currently being tagged in this charge, which would be Mr. Bofa, Doc, Jolrithy, and Meepo. Ah, yes, that's the white scale. None of them are citizens of Middleton. Two of these folks are tribesmen. So I have absolutely no way of contacting their tribes to prove that they are or are not law-abiding where they are from. As far as Doc is concerned, she's been freed of all charges and is not considered a corrupted citizen. And as far as Mr. Bofer is concerned, he has a very good reputation where he is from. And there are some who would speak positively in his nature still to this day.
I am sure that they have not had to spend a week outside of civilized walls with him then. Half the trouble we got into was trying to bring him back from whatever recklessness he endeavored to.
And I believe you, as a couple of the accounts that we received during interrogation did point fingers at Mr. Bofer as being quite a reckless child of Moradin. Therefore, I believe that he entered this city already corrupted, prior to you potentially influencing him otherwise. And therefore, I do find you not guilty of all 4 charges. Which is beneficial for you because they did come with a 500 gold piece fine per charge. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Ms. Shi? Anything the court should hear? Anything that should be documented here, there, anywhere? Mogu Mogu, the heavens, the hells?
Of those that you have found me guilty of, what is the punishment for that? I understand you do things differently here than we do in our camps.
Yes. So, resisting a public peacekeeper, disrupting the peace, and fleeing the scene of a crime each come with a 5 gold piece fine to be paid immediately in coin following your verdict. And fleeing as a fugitive is a sentence of 4 months imprisonment, as well as a 200 gold piece fine. However, I'm going to strike the 200 gold piece fine and reduce your sentence to 2 months 5 hours a day in the stockades, as you've been very forthright and, quite frankly, the most honest slaver I have ever had in my hall. And I say this honestly because there is a zone of truth here, and it has not binged once since you've been speaking.
I have no reason to hide. It is well known that I am a hunter of the camps.
Be that as it may, unfortunately, many slavers attempt to save their own hide and circumvent my magics.
My life was forfeit the moment open hunt was called.
I understand. You're the first case I've ever seen, as far as open hunt is concerned, in a fugitive in the city. Which means it is a very heinous crime you committed, but that's not my business, as those are not my laws. So, with that being said, unless you have anything to add, or anything you would like on record, I will read your final verdict. And the final verdict stands. Fleeing as a fugitive, I find you guilty. 2 months in the stockades, 5 hours per day. Accommodations will then be held in the cells below the city, after which we will unfortunately be forced to hand you over to the war camp of Mogu Mogu. Fleeing the scene of a crime, guilty, 5 gold piece fine. Disrupting the peace, guilty, 5 gold piece fine. And resisting a public peacekeeper, guilty, 5 gold piece fine. Do you understand what I've just read to you, Miss Shi?
I do.
Very good. You may stand, and you may follow our jailer. At this point, the big half-elf barbarian guy kind of steps up, and he turns and eyes you up. You're easily a foot bigger than this. No, you're pretty fucking huge, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm not that tall.
Are you?
Let's see, second, I didn't even. I had D&D Beyond up, but I didn't have the character sheet open. 1 moment. Description. Yeah, I'm about 6 foot.
Okay, so this guy's actually just a little tiny bit taller than you, but just barely, because he's
Yeah,
fucking.
I'm 5'10", so.
Okay, so he kind of nods to you, and he kind of like lifts his axe up, kind of like in a hey get up motion.
She's gonna stand, and then she's gonna pause and look back at the Lord Magistrate and say, "They're idiots, but they mean well."
He kind of smiles and nods, and you see him grab his quill, and he takes a small note on your parchment. Very good. Thank you for your honesty.
And then she'll follow the...
Yep, and he leads you into this back room, and I'll just kind of slap you there. Now, as far as the fine, we'll discuss that in a little bit. Does she even have any money?
Nope, gave it all to the priest who was watching Meepo.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, disregard. So we will leave you currently. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Why don't we? Yeah, we'll leave you in the holding cell for now. What the barbarian guy does after he locks you in the cell is he steps outside the door and he leaves the door slightly ajar, allowing you to listen into what's happening outside. All right. At this point, the Lord Magistrate looks out, and he locks eyes with you, Beaufort. He kind of reaches up and over his desk, and he says, "Ah, yes, Mr. Beaufort. Please, have a seat."
Of course, Lord Magistrate Morgar.
He, as you sit, he nods to you, and he also sits back down, and he says, "Beaufort Anvilrock, first of his name, son of Bombir, grandson of Tunomi of the House Anvilrock, bankers in Helmcar. Welcome to my court." I have to say that your case is more disturbing than any I have seen in quite some time, as you are a man of the cloth. Well, you're more of a battle cleric, so I guess suppose a man of the scale, but you are a member of the clergy, and I'm quite disturbed by the charges levied against you. Would you like them read to you again before we proceed?
Yes, of course. I am at your disposal.
Very well. Harboring a fugitive, no contest. Aiding and abetting a fugitive, no contest. Bribery of a holy official under command of sacred order, no contest. Bribery, 200 gold piece value diamond, no contest. Desecration of church property, not guilty. Fleeing the scene of a crime, no contest. Disrupting the peace, not guilty. Resisting a public peacekeeper, not guilty. Aiding the escape of a known fugitive, not guilty. And sacrilege in the name of a recognized good-natured deity, Moradin, no contest. Do you understand what's just been read to you, Mr. Anvilrock?
I believe I do, Lord Magistrate.
Good. Let me start with the easy ones. Desecration of church property. Tell me in your own words, Mr. Anvilrock, what happened the night of the crime, the supposed crime, as far as the church window is concerned? Can you please tell me in your own words exactly what happened with said church window?
As for the church window, I believe it was struck. I did not strike. I was with the clergy and with Sir Roderick right here. I believe it was struck by someone in the church.
And he kind of like watches the small circle that is around this chair, and he kind of waits for a moment. Nothing happens, and he kind of nods and he says, "Well, very well. A desecration of church property, I find you not guilty."
Just for the record, I am watching Roderick closely.
Okay, make an insight check. Yeah, and by the way, if you guys do have interjections that are not, well, I mean, you can obviously scream if you want to, but if you have, like, things that you are doing or looking for, whatever, just speak up.
I think you told me last time that he was sweating. I just want to make sure you know I was still watching him.
Okay, yep, no problem. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of change, but yes, the last time, and actually, hang on, I'm pretty sure.
I rolled a
Yeah,
23 last time.
Yeah, he was sweating fucking bullets.
Okay.
And it appears that he's still sweating.
Okay.
Yes, so resisting a public peacekeeper. You claim not guilty, and I'm interested to hear this situation as a whole, because there are two of these charges that go hand in hand, Mr. Anvilrock. One is bribery of a 200 gold piece value diamond, and one is resisting a public peacekeeper. You plead not guilty to resisting a public peacekeeper, but you do plead no contest to the bribery. The situation, as our guards have told us, is that, and another gentleman who is currently on trial, one of our guardsmen, former guardsmen, is that as you exited the church, you attempted and succeeded at bribing him with a 200 gold piece value diamond. And then, when you were apprehended by other guardsmen, you did not resist. Is this correct, or do you have anything to add or subtract from this statement?
As this man walked up, I was escorting my fellow companions. I noticed he was not the most well-off man, and he seemed very young, very neat, so I provided him charity. He did not say anything, but I believe this man needed something, and I gave it to him. As when the next man told me to put my hands up, I willingly gave myself to the guards.
So, DM now is talking. All semantics aside, you attempted to bribe that fucking guard. Correct? Beaufort did not just hand that man a gem and think he was just doing charity work.
I'm trying to...
You're trying to justify it, but I don't think you can.
I'm not trying to justify it, I'm trying to play the words.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to have you do. Make a charisma saving throw for me.
Do I take saving throws at a -3?
Yeah, it's also... yeah, you do.
17.
Fuck, that's actually not bad. So you do succeed, and you are able to tell the lie. As you say that, you see the Lord Magistrate. He kind of, his head tilts to one side, and he looks at you, and he says, "You resisted my magic." Interesting. Very well, Mr. Anvilrock. So it was charity, then, that allowed you to pay this man off with a 200 gold piece value diamond. Mind you, that's quite a bit of money for anybody, including yourself, including me. 200 gold pieces, my goodness, could feed my family for at least 6 months.
I wanted to feed his family for 3 to 4 years.
You're a good man, Mr. Anvilrock. We'll strike the bribery charge from the record.
And since my bribery charge is off, I do believe that that man is not guilty as well.
He looks at you, looks down at the papers, he shuffles a few of them over, he finds one specifically and he pulls it out, he reads over it for a second and he says, Interesting point, Mr. Anvilrock. And he scribbles something down. We'll be seeing him in court tomorrow. Thank you for your honesty.
You are most honorable, Lord Magistrate.
As far as resisting a public peacekeeper, I do believe you're correct, and we're going to find you not guilty of that as well. Now, you say that you are not guilty of aiding the escape of a known fugitive. However, Mr. Anvilrock, you were aware that Ms. She was indeed a fugitive, regardless of where she was a fugitive from, on the night that this situation unfolded. During that time, you climbed out the back window, the back broken window of a church, and, as you say, escorted your companions from it. When apprehended, you and one other companion gave yourselves up, while the fugitive and the goblin screamed and ran through the city, attempting to get out of Dodge at all costs. Your fifth companion supposedly vanished into thin air and hasn't been seen since. Is this correct? Because if I'm not mistaken, my friend, we're playing a game of semantics as far as escorting versus aiding an escape attempt. Why not just go through the front door if you were just escorting your friend somewhere? Seems awfully dangerous to go through a broken window to me, doesn't it, you?
Look, this guy.
Your Honor, you do make a great point now, but at the time, you know how things go. Adrenaline. You hear men with swords. I did not hear... It was the god yelling. So I heard swords, spears. I did not know it was the god. We ran. We attract trouble sometimes, and I was not aware that it was your humble god, and I will put my hands to around the room, that we were being arrested.
So, I simply need a yes or a no answer for the following question, Mr. Anvilrock. Did you knowingly attempt to aid the escape of a known fugitive, she, from the war camp Mogu Mogu, the night this situation unfolded? It's just a yes or no question. Did you or did you not attempt to aid the escape of this known fugitive from the church property in this town last night?
Yes, I did.
Thank you, Mr. Anvilrock. We will find you guilty, and for that crime, you will be fined 100 gold pieces.
If I may, Lord Magistrate,
Yes.
what exactly is she a criminal of?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
What exactly is she a criminal of? Like, the main portion of her criminal? Is it because she was a slaver?
Oh, no. She is... Oh, you mean as far as it within the realm of this city?
Yes, Lord Magistrate.
Yes, well, she is a fugitive from another nationwide known war camp, which makes them just as, I hate to use the word noble or honorable here, but we'll say just as law-abiding and legally bound as any of the main cities, any of the main port cities. So a fugitive there is a fugitive everywhere.
I was not aware of this. Yes, because we were defending ourselves from slavers because they wanted to charge us for passage up along your roads towards your city, sir. For our lives.
That is what slavers do, Mr. Anvilrock. I know you've not traveled too far from the small hamlet of Bree in your many years, but that is what slavers do, and by the authority of Port Emerson, they are allowed to act freely under those laws. Yes, that's just unfortunately what they do.
I understand. I just wasn't aware that the roads would be unattended for travelers.
Oh, the roads are very well attended. Unfortunately, we can't attend them 24/7, as none of the major port cities provide enough security within the borders of the central area, which is us, Middleton, hello, day and or night.
I understand. Thank you for the clarification, Lord Magistrate.
Absolutely. So, fleeing the scene of a crime, no contest. This is an interesting one, because technically the crime wasn't committed until you were outside, and it was outside where you gave yourself up. The crime happening inside, we've already determined, was committed technically by somebody else, correct? So you didn't necessarily flee the scene of the crime, you gave yourself in at the scene of the crime. The two companions you travel with who ran, they fled the scene of the crime. So the court will find you not guilty. Now, harboring a fugitive. This is another difficult one. We believe, the court, that you indeed did harbor this fugitive, at least for a night. You knew... Yes, go ahead.
I apologize, Lord Magistrate, but would I be harboring a fugitive if I was dead?
I suppose you wouldn't. Were you dead during the time it was discovered that this woman was a fugitive?
Yes, Lord Magistrate, I was in Mordian's arms while it was found out.
He stops and turns and looks. Sir Roderick? And the paladin kind of looks and he's like, yes, Lord Magistrate. I brought him back the day of. He, by technicality, was not somebody who was harboring. And the Lord Magistrate kind of nods and he says, "Very well. Not guilty." And he strikes another line across the parchment. Now, aiding and abetting a fugitive, this is where we get tricky. Because although you may not have harbored said fugitive, you did learn that she was indeed a fugitive, which is why you attempted to escape with her. Aiding and abetting is hatching a plan and assisting her in her fugitive state. That happened as soon as you decided to flee out the window, where you and your companions, as we have had a few admit to during interrogation, were planning to flee the city with said fugitive. Looks like you were attempting to make it to Helmcar, is that right? Or at least into the Grelian Mountains?
We were thinking of going somewhere north, but as soon as I jumped out the window, I gave charity to your god, and I was arrested, so I did not help her flee towards, apparently, the orphanage, which, Mordine be praised, I would never, ever let children be hurt in any sort of way.
Nor would any sane person. Thank you, Mr. Anvilrock. Yes, but
There's
aiding...
a sound from the cell in the back at that. Just definitely.
And anybody with ears hears it echo around the chamber. It sounds probably like a grunted, snortle. A chortle. So, Beaufort, Jesus Christ. Beaufort. No.
No, Mordine.
He says, aiding and abetting is a bit different. This was not necessarily the harboring or the keeping out of public eye, which is what harboring is, of a fugitive. You've already been found not guilty of that. However, after you learned she was a fugitive, you attempted to aid and abet her in her fugitive state to escape her capture. That is what this charge represents. And we have believed that this is exactly what happened, unless you have some other tale to spin for us, Mr. Anvilrock.
Your Honor, for the moment, I jumped out the window. Yes, I do believe that, and I talked to a god. He was very kind, but I did not help the. I can't. Her name I do not know, but I did not help her jump out the window, and I did not tell her to run away. I gave myself up as soon as possible, so I don't know if I would... It is up for your judgment, sir.
Make a persuasion check for me. With a -3.
6.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I fucking hate these dice sometimes, man.
I'm spilling all this stuff out of my you-know-what.
I know. I'm listening very closely. I know. So he says, Well, you've been truthful so far. We will take your plea of no contest, as well as your testimony, and we will, the court, find you, Mr. Anvilrock, not guilty of aiding and abetting a fugitive. Lucky for you, that was 2 months' imprisonment. Right, now we come down to the two very important and very specific to your trial in particular, Mr. Anvilrock, and that is bribery of a holy official under command of sacred order, and sacrilege in the name of a recognized good-natured deity, Moradin. As far as bribery of a holy official under command of a sacred order, what we are looking at here is that your charge is that you bribed... He's looking over his paper, kind of muttering to himself under his breath.
Do you want me to insight check again, or does the 7 stand for the session?
That's not the whole session, no.
Okay. Because
Are
I would
you
definitely.
are you
Yeah,
just like
since
focusing in?
since Beaufort told me what happened, I'm watching this guy close right now.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check.
24.
24.
Damn.
As soon as this charge in specific, bribery, was read, this man's face turned beet red. He sat back in his chair and folded his arms across his chest, which is a very common sign for people who are guilty in an interrogation to do to make themselves feel protected.
Thank you. Sorry for interrupting.
No, I was reading. Please interrupt all you want. So the charge here, Mr. Anvilrock, states that you bribed Brother Sigmund of the Church of Paylor in Middleton for safe passage from the church through the rear window, and you bribed him with 800 gold pieces worth of large ruby shards. I would like clarification, maybe a little bit of information from your end before I ask you a final question, Mr. Anvilrock.
Yes, of course, Lord Magistrate. If I may stand and speak to this man here.
He kind of looks down at you. Who are you pointing at?
Sir Roderick.
He says, "You may not stand in my court, but you may speak and address, Sorry, I'm just looking at this man's title because I actually have not looked at it since I wrote it.
Hope it's not as long as Beaufort's name.
It's not, well, not as short named. Sir Roderick.
Just for clarification, I have never been in court, but the mother may have told me some things about court. At this moment, I'm going to speak to the Lord Magistrate. It is not true that I gave that man money for safe passage. What I paid him is that he could be a middleman so that he could hold my gemstones for information upon my family. Did Sir Roderick not speak of that to you?
He looks over at Sir Roderick, and his eyes kind of go wide, and he says, "No, actually, I hadn't heard that." And he looks back at you. Continue, Mr. Anvilrock.
As you see, I have not lied. Based on this magic, that is very amazing of yours, sir. I do believe that I paid him for the information, which was never delivered. Based upon, now that I know your humble God, which I should have just surrendered myself correctly right away, but I ran, and I was never given the information. And I do not know what happened to my precious gemstones. They were so beautiful, you see. As beautiful as your red chair right there.
Enough of the fluff, Mr. Anvilrock.
I apologize. But that is what I paid for. And I'm not sure upon the... I apologize.
Let me ask you a follow-up question, Mr. Anvilrock. What information regarding your family could Mr. Roderick possibly hold that you would pay him such a wild sum of money for?
Well, as you see, he is from Helmcar, and my family is very, very popular there, and news does not travel fast, apparently, to my town in Bree.
Mr. Anvilrock, when was the last time you were in Helmcar?
I've never been to Helmcar.
It would behoove you to know, Mr. Anvilrock, that your family is not very popular there. They are a broke, washed-up old banking family with nothing but a few silver to their name. Please start again.
Then they are not popular. And I believed I was paying this man for information.
What information did you believe you were going to obtain from him? Did he say?
He did not say.
He begins to write something down on a separate piece of parchment at this point. Takes a few notes. And then he looks over at Sir Roderick. Sir Roderick? Is what this man... Excuse me. We'll get to you in a moment. And he turns back to Beaufort. Mr. Anvilrock, on the charge of bribery of a holy official under command of a sacred order, I find you not guilty, as my Zone of Truth spell, which lies under you right now, neither pinged, dinged, or donged in my ear, and you were able to speak truly. Now, although you're awfully good at wordplay, Mr. Anvilrock, and semantics, Mr. Anvilrock, and what I would call word trickery, Mr. Anvilrock, the final charge of sacrilege in the name of a recognized good-natured deity, which you pled no contest to, I don't necessarily think stands. Which is beneficial for you, because it would have meant the destruction of all clergy property, as well as public branding with the letter S across your left cheek. I find you not guilty. However, Mr. Anvilrock, allow me to say this to you, and I mean this very seriously. You've walked a very fine line between the realm of good, evil, law, and chaos. Moradin is watching you. He is listening to you. And if you intend on following him into the afterlife when you leave this plane of existence, I suggest that you seriously reflect inwardly, moving forward. Am I understood?
Yes, Lord Magistrate. You are understood.
Very well. Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Anvilrock. The court finds Mr. Beaufort Anvilrock, first of his name, son of Bombay, grandson of two Nomi of House Anvilrock bankers in Helmcar, guilty on one charge of aiding the escape of a known fugitive. 100 gold piece fine to be paid immediately upon your release. Mr. Anvilrock, take care of yourself and take care of your friends. You are released.
Thank you, Lord Magistrate.
So at this point, the big barbarian guy, he approaches you, and he cuts, or he undoes the manacles on you, stands you up, turns you around, and he walks you back to the guards who earlier had taken payment from Doc for and well, actually not for herself, because she, well, we'll find out what she did. Anyways,
Or will we?
so you approach the guard, kind of, he lays out a sack for you, and I mean, it's huge, probably like a full flour sack worth of shit inside. You hear metal clanking, and Beaufort, as soon as you reach down, you feel something inside is warm to your touch. He says, the guard says, I'm pretty sure this is all yours. we're gonna be needing your 100 gold piece fine so we can pay the court, the Lord Magistrate, though.
Yes, of course. May I, could one of the guards, go to my companion Doc and take the money? I do not have it on me at this moment.
He kind of speaks up as papers are being shuffled around in front. Hey, Doc? Is there a Doc here? This
I'm a
man
doctor.
says you've got money.
Yes, yes. And I'll take it out right now.
Okay. Alright, yep, go ahead and remove the 100 gold pieces, and your charges have been struck from the book.
She did her best to not take her eyes off of this guy, too, and she's gonna go back.
At this moment, I'm gonna look down inside the warm thing and see what it is.
Yeah, so you open the sack, and it's all of your shit. It's all of your gear. Like, a 100% of your gear. However, as you open it, Doc, as you're paying, you do not see this light. But Bofer, as you open it, Boo Boo, you see a small light emanating from underneath your shield, and your armor from in the sack. You reach in, you kind of move everything over, and sure as shit, it's your gauntlet that's got the holy symbol on it, the left-hand gauntlet, and it is vibrating ever so slightly, but there's like this whoom, whoom, whoom pulse to it of red light, kind of like a coal that had been just dipped in water and pulled out. It's just barely clinging to life.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab it.
Okay, yeah, you touch it. To you, it is physically warm to the touch.
Interesting. Has it ever done this before?
Nope. I mean, it's been warm to the touch before, but you've never seen it pulse like a coal that is about to go out.
I'm gonna put it on my hand in the sack, I guess.
Okay. Yep, you slip it on your hand, and you feel that warmth, that familiar warmth of Mordine's presence kind of streak up your arm and into your chest, where it hits your heart, and you feel like you immediately take a breath, almost like a bellows being inflated, kind of. And as you do so, you kind of feel that presence re-enter your body. You feel the Dwarf Father's presence.
It's good to be back, Father. And at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and take an open seat right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured.
So as you sit down, give me... Hang on. Nope, never mind. Don't give me shit.
Got it.
There's only one really perceptive person in this group, so... okay.
It's me.
It is you, yeah. Which is the best
No,
person
I
to be
only
in this
got
guy.
14. That's all I got.
Mine was good enough.
Yeah,
Alright.
you got like net 20 last time, I believe.
Okay, so as you guys are sitting here, the Lord Magistrate kind of flips through a couple more documents. He signs some things. He rolls a few things up. You see him sealing with a wax signet a couple of scrolls, lays them off to one side, and then he grabs the piece of paper that he had notated on before, and he slaps it down in front of him. And he kind of cocks his head to his left. Sir Roderick. Would you mind, Sir Roderick, joining us here and having a seat in the center? And he says, Lord Magistrate, is there a reason why you would want me to take a seat here? And he kind of glances at him and he says, Sir Roderick, sit now, or I will hold you in contempt of my court. And he stands suddenly, and you guys all see now, his clothes are fucking soaked.
So Roderick's clothes?
Yes, the dude has been sweating profusely this entire time.
Smell him from here.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. So he sits and he says, yes, Lord Magistrate, yes, Lord Magistrate. He sits down and he says, after the testimony we've received, and after one of your own contingent wrote a confession statement, the court charges you with the following crimes: deceptive practices in the name of a holy order, and lying to a public official. I apologize you haven't had time for your interrogation, but since things have come to light very recently, we're going to proceed now, in the public eye, and in the public graces of Moradin himself. To the charge of deceptive practices in the name of a holy order, how do you plea? Lord Magistrate, of course I plead not guilty. Very well. And lying to a public official? At this point, he starts to kind of look around. Well, of course, Lord Magistrate, I plead not guilty. Very good. He looks down at him again and he says, I need a simple yes or no question, Sir Roderick. Last night, you were paid a sum of 800 gold pieces of rubies by Mr. Anvilrock through a third party, Brother Sigmund. You were paid this sum of money for information that you claimed you had on his family, though when you drew charges against Mr. Anvilrock just 20 minutes afterwards, you claimed he bribed you to allow him to escape for free into freedom with a fugitive, which brought more charges down upon him and his companion's head. That's the story as I understand it. Is that the truth?
I think at this point, Gray would kind of like have that forward lean, closely watching this entire thing happening. I think the disguise would like hide it, but he's definitely has a giant smile on his face.
Okay, so Sir Roderick, unfortunately, had a very poor saving throw. He leans forward ever so slightly and he goes, excuse me, Lord Magistrate. Excuse me, Lord Magistrate. And the Lord Magistrate says, you can't lie, can you? You can't lie, can you, Sir Roderick? And he finally gets, no! Lord Magistrate, I can't, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We knew that this fugitive needed to be taken in, and it was what we attempted to do, I swear to you. We just wanted to bring them in. All of them. We knew that the militia was coming, we knew what was going to happen, and we wanted to get them into a place where we knew they weren't going to be dangerous. Thankfully they weren't. I'm sorry, Lord Magistrate. Lord Magistrate sits back in his chair. Well, unfortunately for you, Sir Roderick, Paladin of your own Order of Golden Lilies, you know as well as I do that the law is the law. And therefore the court finds you guilty of deceptive practices in the name of a holy order and lying to a public official. You will be fined 100 gold pieces, and you will spend 5 days in the stockade. You will be charged a 50 gold piece fine for lying to a public official, making your total 150 gold pieces. After you've served your 10 days in the stockade, you will be banished permanently from our city. Do you understand what has been wrought against you, Sir Roderick of the Golden Lilies? And Sir Roderick kind of slumps his head at this point, and you see his shoulders kind of heave from behind as if he's weeping. Yes, Lord Magistrate. Gods forgive me. Get him out of my fucking sight. At this point, the large barbarian man stands, and he approaches, and he says, give me your hands. And Sir Roderick puts his arms out and he clasps him in manacles and begins to drag him. Not drag him. He goes willingly, but he takes him out of the public eye.
Beaufort's gonna
Doc,
raise his hand.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Wait, when he's being led away.
Yes.
Okay, we'll say they get to there and you raise your hand. Let me make a perception check. This guy's doing paperwork. I rolled a nat 1. He doesn't see you.
Doc leans forward and whispers to Gray, "That was awkward," and then sits back again.
Ah, crap. DM question: would Beaufort know a acceptable way to talk to the Lord Magistrate as in the pews? I guess.
You could out loud say, excuse me, Lord Magistrate. I mean, it would be appropriate, although that's typically only appropriate for people sitting in, like, the noble seating. You're kind of down in the peasant seating right now, but it wouldn't be completely out of place to do it. It would just kind of be in poor taste.
Okay. So Beaufort is gonna go ahead and stand and say, "Pardon me, Lord Magistrate," and bow.
Lord Magistrate stops what he's writing, and he kind of looks up and over, and he goes, Who? Step into the main aisle. Who's addressing me? By the way, this guy is a halfling. He can barely see over this fucking desk.
It is I, Lord Magistrate Mordecai.
Ah, Mr. Anvil Rock. Have you come for more charges?
No, not this time, but I do accept your humble judgment. My question is, if I may ask it.
Oh, yes, you have a question. I'm sorry.
Since he was charged guilty, would it be possible to retain what was mine since he did not go to the bargain, or shall it be evidence for your court, sir?
It must stay here as evidence amongst the court. Only for 1 year and a day from today's date. It is the 9th of Mugem, Monday, so you may return in 1 year's time on the 10th of Mugem and retrieve your property. The only reason why we must withhold this is because if he should appeal his charge, especially considering he is a member of a holy order, if we need this for any form of divination magic, it cannot go back into your possession and then back into the public system.
I completely understand, Lumokar. If I may say one more thing.
Yes.
Could it possibly go into, be sent to the bank for the accounts of my family instead of us retrieving it?
No, it is physical evidence. I cannot make that. And honestly, with where your family's at right now, I'm not sure if they'll be around in a year. So come see me in a year and a day.
Of course, thank you. He'll bow and pedal backwards.
Absolutely. And he begins sealing scrolls with a wax signet. He kind of looks up and around. Well, to be quite honest, I am parched, and he slaps his little beer belly. I'm going to take a 1-hour lunch break. We will reconvene in the main hall at 1400, let's say. Thank you all so much for court, and thank you for those who have been forthright and honest. He stands, and the crossbowman by the door says, "All rise, Lord Magistrate."
I'll rise.
Okay.
All rise.
You see everybody in the
All
court
everybody's-
stands up.
yeah.
So he leaves, he enters the back room, the crosswoman enters the back room with him, and then one of his guards takes a spot in front of the door. So, everybody starts to file out. You see, literally, everybody starts to very quickly up and leave the room as if it was, kind of expected, so.
I'm just letting y'all know, I didn't tell one lie. Well, half lies.
You didn't tell one
You
whole lie.
I just didn't tell the whole
absolutely
truth.
flirted
Told
with
1.5
the, Zone
lies.
of truth.
How are you you're feeling
talk
about that,
line.
Xavier?
You were the only person who had to flip the zone of truth up, because I saw what you were trying to do. That's why he finally was like, you know what, fuck you, yes or no answers only.
Oh, I loved it too.
Alright.
Yeah, go ahead.
We would like to maybe speak to one of the guards. Excuse me, Mr. Guard, sir.
Kind of looks down at you. Yeah, something I can do for you.
Oh, hi. Yeah. Would we be able to speak with our friend who just got locked up and is going to be locked away for a while?
Yeah, absolutely. She'll be in the stockade in about 45 minutes.
So okay, yeah. So I can just go back there and say hi.
No, you can meet her at the stockade and have a conversation with her.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you know what the stockade is. If you go out this door straight towards Trader Alley, which is the center row down the city, right in the middle, just big, you know, Shame Biscuit Central right there.
Shame Biscuit Central. Got it.
That's the place.
As Doc stands up, she'll make sure her tail brushes the guy's head in front of her, and then she'll head out.
Gray, you
Start
feel
walking.
this weird. Gray, you feel this weird sensation on the top of your head, like somebody tickled you with a feather. And as you look around, you see that fucking cat again.
I mean, I think after like the first look she gave him, he's kind of figured somehow this cat managed to get him.
It's funny,
Yeah,
I said that today.
Actually, with
You,
your passive perception and insight and everything, Lucy, go ahead and give me a passive insight check.
Oh, okay. I'm not that great at insight for sure. Actually, I'm fine with it. Let's go.
I was gonna say you're okay.
So 18.
You know for a fact that she has figured you the fuck out.
Yeah.
So Doc,
I think Gray will shuffle out as to not like draw attention.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out. I don't want to stand right in front and convene, but I want to step kind of away without being suspicious since we were just on trial.
Okay, so
Yeah,
here's what I'm
let's-
gonna do. I'm gonna just take you guys out to the main map. Okay, so we are in Middleton. You guys, like I said, you guys are down in this quadrant. Oops, hang on. Yay, hold on. What the fuck did my... Sorry, my... There we go. So you guys are down in this quadrant right now. You step outside. You guys know that the stockades are actually right here in Middleton. Okay, so just south of the fountain in Trader Row.
I'd probably like try to step like over here, like trying to be, well, actually probably like here. That way we're not staying right next to where anybody stays, and just kind of stand and wait for now. I know you started to talk, Bofer.
I guess while we're walking away, I check around to see if anyone's around.
Yeah, everybody's leaving for lunch right now. There's a lot of people out. I mean, it's literally like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so there's a handful of people out here hanging around.
You guys did great.
Yeah, that was the first time I was ever in court, and hopefully the last.
Yeah, I'd rather not be back in a court again.
So I have 2 questions, Xavier. I guess like one's less important than the other.
Okay.
The first one is, like, does the court here like shuffle witnesses and things, or I guess the back, or is it just they go out and then they go in to go out and then they're still first to catch it?
Hey, clarify your question. I didn't understand that.
So like the back rows of like I guess the average citizens, do they like
Yeah.
in between lunch? Do they swap those, or do the people have to go back?
I got you. No, nobody has to go back. Those people aren't even witnesses. They're just the public who can
yeah.
come and sit and who want to come sit and watch. It's first come, first serve. Once those seats are full, that's it. That's just the end of it. So some people might come for the morning, you know, hey, yeah, I heard Johnny got in a fight last night. He got an assault charge. You want to go see his trial? That sort of thing. So it's just public seating, and then the nobles are allowed to also come, but they are separated from the peasant structure.
Okay. And second question, this is the more important one. How long did all of that take?
Oh, that's a good question.
I thought that was going to be your first one.
Well, it technically took, I mean, we sat here for the last hour, and we'll say an hour.
Yeah, that's cutting it close. I'm gonna have to replenish my disguise. Because that only lasts an hour, yeah.
Sure, and I mean,
yeah.
honestly, for you, it's easy enough. If you want to replenish your disguise, we'll say, for the sake of brevity, you are coming up. You are seconds away. As soon as he dismisses for lunch, you're like, oh, fucking thank God. You get up, you shuffle out before anybody, you get into the closest alley, and I'll let you burn another spell slot if you want to maintain your disguise.
I've marked it off.
Perfect. You got another hour, kid. Enjoy your lunch.
I'll be watching for him too, once we get over here, I'm going to try to keep my eye on the courthouse to see if I see him walk out and if he comes toward us or not.
Okay.
Yeah, let's. How about we go to that tree over there so we could talk?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys go over there. You go over to one of the local. It's like a little, not necessarily a park, but kind of like that really nice tree with the benches sort of thing where people just sit and have lunch and talk and stuff. It is actually empty right now, so you guys are there by yourselves.
So, I know Floofy Pants will be doing some things with us, but did y'all see his eyes?
Fluffy pants?
Nice.
Yeah, they did not look the same.
You're talking about Xavier's eyes?
Yes,
Oh, I saw his eyes. I saw
What did they
them.
do?
they looked like Lucy's. Or, they looked like
Who
me.
the fuck is
Fucking who?
Lucy?
look
Meepo?
like-
You
they
even
look-
said the wrong character.
I know.
Forever Meepo.
They look like Meepos.
Dude, how many times have you died?
Hmm.
Too many.
Crossing universes here.
I didn't
Yeah.
catch that. I didn't.
They
I
looked
didn't
like
see that at
his-
all. Yeah.
I was a little distracted though.
By the way,
I'm
this is
sure
like
you
Lucy
were.
in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
But no, they changed. I don't know what he is, but he's not human.
Listen, I was already sold.
neither am
but you're
I.
just
Neither are
selling him
you.
even more.
Maybe so.
None
Humans
of us
are
is human.
boring.
I guess we'll never
that's
know
fine,
then.
Wayne.
So
How did you get out of that?
I was innocent.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
pretty
charged
simple to
on
me.
one thing.
Yeah, you got charged on one thing because you did one thing. I got charged for no things because I did no things.
Yeah, it checks out to me.
Mhm.
I mean, I was charged. I was charged because I ran.
Right. Yeah, you ran and you tried to headbutt or did headbutt? Did you actually?
I
make
tried to
contact?
headbutt somebody.
Oh, he was nimbly
He's
bimbly.
nimbly bimbly. Yeah. Fucking elves.
Do you
And the
do you know why that kid died? Like, did you find anything out when I was on the stand?
He fell, from what I understand.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's sad.
It is really sad, honestly.
So
What the fuck was
Moving
he
on.
doing? What the hell was he doing hanging on fucking top of buildings?
While
I
they're
was in
doing that, I'd
jail.
like to insight check.
Who are you insight checking?
Doc, I want to know if
Okay.
she knows what's going on.
Give me an insight check. Give me a deception check, but I want you to roll it
13.
right here. No, roll it right here. Whatever you want to do. Okay. Yeah. So it's tough to tell. But you think that maybe Doc knows a little bit more than she's letting in, just by the way her whiskers are twitching and she's looking around. It could be that, I mean, you guys literally just all came off trial together, or it could be something more. You're not entirely sure, but something's a little off.
Okay, I won't speak about it.
So she's gonna be in the stockades, and so is that walking metal piece of
Douchebag?
Can we go buy some tomatoes?
Sure.
Why?
Because he tried to get us in prison.
Oh yeah.
I think that he's pissed off enough people that he's got something coming to him anyway. Honestly.
I mean, he is going into jail with, whatever.
Yeah, he's
Resume show.
Is that what we're calling her now?
whatever.
name.
No,
That
we
was her
get to
official
name
name.
her.
That's what they. That's what. Right?
That's true. Whatever.
Did you say
needs to be-
Michelle?
What? No. Whatever the records show.
Whatever the records need to
Ah,
show.
yeah.
Whatever the records need to show. Yeah.
Yes.
Why would she
that's
lie
fine
to
with calling
them?
her
I mean,
whatever.
that's definitely her name.
So here's the situation. So I think we need to hang out here in town. For at least the next, well, week or so, I would think. I don't know when it's, you know.
Why'd I have to wait spell slots for a week? Damn.
Um,
A week would be fine, but I think we'll need disguises to get out.
why?
We're free to go, aren't we?
I'm innocent.
They just
you know.
gave us. We may have to pay them, and then we're.
I'm not talking about here. I'm talking about
Fucking assassins.
if they know what we look like. If they hunt us with her.
No, I don't think, but we're not open hunt. If they follow their laws as strictly as it seems that they do, they're after her. They're not after us.
Okay. I'm not well aware of their laws.
I'm not either. I'm just saying, based on what, quite frankly, based on dealing with her, I feel like they're after her. You know, we were put up because of our laws, but she needs to live up to the laws that she grew up with. That's how
Yeah.
it seems to me.
I understand. Do you think...
Uh,
Go ahead.
I think at this point, Gray would still disguise would probably walk up to Ree.
So you see
Well,
this old, this like maybe late middle-aged beggar man, kind of hunched over and fucking nasty.
Oh no, thank you. Private conversation. No, thank you.
So,
gonna-
do you
says nothing.
require currency? Maybe
He's
help
gonna
you?
ignore everyone else. He's gonna put his hand out to Ree, like just drop 10 silver coins, look up and say a performance should be paid, and then leave.
What the fuck was that all about?
Doc starts laughing loud.
Did he just give us silver?
She stripped.
10 silver?
Yeah.
She stripped.
What the fuck was that about? Why the hell that old man? What? Since
Actually,
when
make it
beggars give
4.
people money?
I only
How
have
does-
4, so
He
How
only
does
has
the-
4 silver. It's only 4.
That was what.
Why
That
did a
was what
beggar
what
just
I
give
gave.
us
What
money?
did you do while we were in court?
What did I do? All of
What did you do while we were in court?
Reed, did you go back behind the courthouse?
No.
it?
Think back.
I don't remember. I don't think I did anything weird.
Remake an intelligence check. This is gonna be
Oh.
tough, but just do it.
I hope you roll a 20, man.
You mean a 19?
He'll get a 19, but I hope he rolls 20.
Hey,
Actually, honestly, 10's not
Not
bad.
bad.
To just recall something that happened just a few minutes ago. The only thing you can think of as you're like running through, you're like, I sat there, I talked a little bit, and then I walked over, and then I took all my clothes off, and then, oh shit, I took all my clothes off in court.
oh right.
I think you
gave
have an
her one little show.
admirer, Reed. I think you have an
Ah.
admirer.
Nah, that guy's gross.
I'm glad. I
Ray's
didn't
gonna
see
have
that.
some competition.
No,
I
fuck.
think.
No, that guy's just a creepy old dude. No, that's
Yeah,
fucking
you
gross.
think so?
Yeah,
Not.
I mean, honestly, they're both kind of
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, no, fuck that guy. No. I'll keep his money, but no, I'm good.
Doctor, she's just like laughing under her breath uncontrollably.
Would this classify you as a strippy?
A strippy? What's a strippy?
and this is gone. We got her.
What's a strippy? Is that the person? Wait, no, the stripper is the person that takes the clothes off. So the strippy is the person that puts the clothes back on.
Who's getting
Who's watching? Yeah.
who's watching? Yeah.
So instead of just calling them creepy, they're strippy. Okay.
Because
Strippy
he was
creepy.
the strippy, you are the stripper, and he paid you for a service, which I don't understand why he paid you for
I don't-
silver.
I don't think you
Good
should be asking
Lordine.
people about why they're paying people things right now, Gopher.
Hey,
That's fair. I mean,
It
it was
was
just my
only
pants
4
anyway.
copper.
I mean,
Oh, not that one. I meant the
Oh, I know,
diamonds
my
or the
face.
gems, but threw that right back in my face.
yeah.
All right, so we've got we're gonna have a she in the stocks, the stockade. I'm not paying shit because I recklessly and what's the word I'm looking for? Idiotically spent all of our money. So she's shit out of luck.
Yeah, I knew that was going to come back to bite me.
Um,
100%.
I can go make us a little money to contribute.
We have money, Bofer. We have money. We're not paying.
Oh no, I'm just saying I can sell some things here.
Feel free to sell things, but we're still not paying.
That's fine.
I mean, I can show more titty if it gets us some more money.
That's a you thing and a him thing.
Not that guy. No, that guy's creepy.
I mean, hey,
And he'll pay you.
I haven't seen a
Nah.
lot of goblins in this town, so maybe there's some people that are. Mm,
It's about that time
Yeah.
you guys hear from about 20, 30 feet away a familiar voice say, "Did somebody say goblin titty?" Hey, Ree, how are those pants treating you?
Oh, they're so fucking great. I can do high kicks. Check it out. So do the highest kicks you can.
Whoa, that's impressive. Actually, you know what?
Fucking-
Make an acrobatics check for me. Let's see how
Oh
high
my
you
God,
get that
yes.
fucking
I
leg.
want this to be so low. I have really good acrobatics.
I'm sure
This
you
is the
do.
perfect time for Xavier to come in.
Oh, not good. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not.
Considerable.
You
I was
like
hoping for a natural one here.
you like kick it up ever so slightly, and you start to feel like that tension in the back of the leg, like right underneath your butt cheek, and it's like, oh god,
Not too much.
I'm strong. I'm not dexterous.
It's okay, girl. We were stuck in a jail cell. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't limber up this morning.
And you see Xavier there, and he approaches you guys dressed exactly as he was not too long ago when he was chatting. Well, I guess yesterday when he was chatting with you. He says, "So, what exactly was the outcome? Obviously, we got 3 of you that are free. I don't see the half-orc anywhere, so I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say, ha ha, she got the stockades just like I thought."
she sure did.
you
Yeah,
are wise in a way.
He kind of looks down at you. "I'm wise in more ways than you understand, dear Anvil Rock."
Speaking of that, I do have a present for you.
Oh, you brought a gift for me? Tug on my beard. I don't have a beard. Can I tug on your beard?
What's left of
He
it?
also doesn't have
Doc
a beard.
looks jealous.
He puts his hand out, kind of expectingly.
I'm gonna pull out the dragon book.
What track? Oh, fuck.
Yes.
From the Citadel?
Yes, I still have it.
And you give it to him?
I'm gonna put it in his hands,
He kind of.
and I'm gonna wrap it on his hands and look at him and nod.
So he kind of holds it up for a second, and he looks down at it, flips it open, starts to go through it.
This thing is rare, by the way.
Yeah, and you see his eyes go wide. And he looks back down at you and goes, "Holy, your God, what in the shit? Now this is a gift."
Doc starts digging through her backpack to see if she has anything to one-up him.
No,
It
yeah,
is.
dude,
It was found in a very dark place, deep below the earth. I believe you can make more use of it than any other merchant in the world. Would I be right in saying your wisdom is this way?
He looks back down at you and he says, "Well, you would definitely be right about that. Thank you. Do you need something extra from me, or..."
I need nothing from you, sir. I just believe that a humble gift is deserved for a person as you.
Dwarves definitely know how to treat simple street magicians, don't they?
Yes, us simple, dirty dwarves know how to treat simple street magicians.
You come see me anytime.
Doc-
For... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Doc swings her backpack back up onto her shoulders and purposely hits Beaufort in the head.
So as Xavier is saying, "For," there's this poof, and Xavier looks over and goes,
Sorry.
"My sweet feline, why? Why the hostility?
Oh, it was just an accident.
This exchange of knowledge is nothing more than frivolous words and arcane syllables and intertwined tongues, whereas you, such an exotic specimen, My goodness, what time is it? I have had no wine today, and
Oh,
I am
you want
getting.
wine? She'll start digging in her backpack again.
Do you have wine? I will take wine. He looks down at you again, and he actually kneels this time, looks you eye to eye, and he kind of gives you like a half hug, Bofer. And you guys see at this point, there's like this drapery from the leather straps that he wears, these jeweled leather straps around his, or I guess it's more of a harness around his chest. A cloak, almost like a curtain, kind of grows around one arm. And as it does so, Bofer, he kind of pulls you in, and you see his face again, and you see those eyes shift back, and he says, "Thank you." And just like that, the curtain is gone, and he stands back up and says, "So, I see every... Sweetheart, did you find that wine?"
Yeah, she has she'll have a,
Oh, please don't be the goblin wine from the
no,
Underdark.
no, it's good wine. Is
Oh,
what we call
okay.
it.
Oh, from Bofer's place.
Yeah.
It's Bofer's dad's wine.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so, okay, he...
She's gonna try to like cover the whatever marking would show that it's Bofer's, and we're like, yes, here you go.
Yeah, so he takes the bottle of wine, and he pops the cork on it, and he flicks his left hand, and as he does so, the big golden bangle around his wrist kind of shifts, and completely just immediately transmogrifies into this golden goblet, and he pours wine, and he hands the bottle to you. "The rest is for you, my sweet."
She'll smile and take a little swig.
He downs the entire cup like a glutton, and he's like, "Whoa. Now this is good. This is very good." So, anyways, and he flicks the bangle again, and the cup shifts back down into the bangle. He says, "So, tell me, how did trial go? Anybody go?"
I'm innocent.
How
I was
in-
guilty for giving people a run around, but I was, a little bit of money and we're fine.
Doc, make a deception check. Oh. How do you have only a +1 in deception? You are a rogue.
Because I have a +5 in insight and a +6 in acrobatics, I guess. and
I
sleight of
accept
hand.
that. I accept that. 18's not bad. I rolled a 9. So he kind of like looks at you cockeyed and completely innocent.
No, not completely.
Huh. Oh. Hang on. I'm gonna make an insight check. Nope. That wine was good. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
It's the Sylvani wine.
Yeah. He kind of he glances over and he says, "And you, my sweet floofy pant friend. You're fine then. Just gold and you're free to go."
Yeah, just charged me 20 gold and told me to get the fuck out and gave me all my shit back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
I mean, I would have given more of a run for their money if they, if it was only going to be that much. I mean, God.
well, you know you're all the talk of the town, destroying the iron bands of Bellario. By the way, did you know that I know the guy who made those bands?
Really? Is he still alive?
Oh, he's alive, but he's a piece of shit and he's a charlatan. That's why you were able to break them. The real iron bands of Bellario, you'd never break free from them, I swear it.
Ah, that's another challenge.
And then he winks at you. I think you'd do it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Totally break the bands of Bellagio, no problem.
He looks over at Bofer. And you, Mr. Anvilrock? How did you fare? With your many charges.
Dwarven wordplay is a game of chess.
And how does your god feel about that, Mr. Anvilrock?
My god believes that I do what is right for my friends. I will protect them with my life, and I have indeed.
He looks you up and down for a moment, and then he says, "I have delved deeply into the realms of Moradinian culture over my many 30 years on this plane of existence. And let me tell you, that you could not be more right. Good for you. What happened with she? Where is she?
They're gonna be putting her in the stockades pretty soon. She got sentenced to 5 hours a day in the stockades for 2 months.
I
Plus some
suppose-
fines, but
Yeah, we're hoping to go. I was hoping to at least go talk to her before they locked her away, threw her in a hole for a while.
As well as that damn paladin.
yeah.
Ree, I could get you a message to her if you would like.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I guess I was just. I just wanted to know if she wanted to go ahead with your idea.
Ah, yes. Well, give me just a moment.
it's a good thing one of us checked because I just assumed.
He throws his hand up and he puts it in front of his mouth, and you see him flash these symbols in front of his mouth, Naruto style. And you see this little purple spark kind of like zip up his index finger, and as he puts it against his mouth, you see him begin to just mumble into it. At this point, there's not been a whole lot that has happened since these guys have left and court has adjourned. They have brought you food. There was a meat stew with bread and a cup of ale. If you wanted to consume it, you were more than welcome to. It was courtesy of Grenshaw, by the way. They made sure to tell you that. As you're consuming, if you're consuming, there is a... Yeah, and there is a static in your head, like this staticky sound in your head, which at first you're like, oh shit, what's going on? But then you hear the familiar voice of Xavier. And he says, you can respond via your mind if you'd like. I have a message from Ree. Would you like to continue and move forward with the plan that I have proposed the day prior to today with the Archdruid of the Circle of the Moon?
There's definitely the immediate mental reaction of like, what the fuck? Which is in like 3 languages simultaneously because it's mental. And then there's the very, very clear and forceful mental thought of I'm not going back to the camps.
Okay, very well. And after that thought goes through your head, there is another very audible static in your mind, and then it goes silent. As the purple spark kind of fades, Xavier looks down and says, she is prepared.
This might be a dumb question. She's keeping her voice kind of low, trying not to be suspicious, but for your plan, were we any further part of that, or are you just handling the whole rest of it?
He kind of looks down and says, oh, no, I'm not a murderer.
Well, I
yeah.
didn't mean you, but did you have a contact?
Oh, no. No. You will have to do that deed yourself.
Okay. Yep. I just want to make sure I was understanding correctly, so that way you didn't waste resources.
He says, no, and we all understand that, as far as people like she, in the spring the lily blooms, and in the fall it wilters, and in the winter it dies, and then will be born again. Doc, you hear in Thieves' Cant. You understand in Thieves' Cant. I think you understand what you need to do, Doc.
The fuck does any of that mean?
Don't
You
you
got
know?
me, Ree.
Don't you know poetry? You've not heard the poetry of the Port Sindri? Oh shit! I forgot you're not mages. I'm sorry. I digress.
A little bit. Fuck Booyah. I guess fucking
She'll-
scary shit.
She'll lock eyes with Xavier and give like a little tiny nod.
He also gives a very, very minor nod, and he says, "At least one of us is cultured." Anyways, yes, so it will have to be by your hands, but as soon as the deed is done, make sure that you, the rest of you, whoever is going to the Circle of the Moon, is nearby, because I will temporarily be able to open a gate that will take us there.
How the stockade situation?
Sorry, Lucy, go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna let her finish, but so I Gray walked away, but like he knows he can read lips.
Yeah.
So I was thinking he'd just be somewhere where he could see them.
Nobody
But, like,
is nobody's paying attention to the beggar for shit. You have read every word off of everybody's lips. The only thing you did not understand is the conversation that
mental-
just happened. Well, no, the mental thing, and then the thieves' camp, because you don't
Yeah,
understand
obviously,
thieves' camp. Yep.
Yeah, no one's paying attention.
Even with
Mr.
the
B.
tech languages, I can't understand hidden text and things.
Correct. Yep. It's a cipher. So, yeah, but you are essentially part of this conversation at a distance.
So if there's a portal involved, I guess my question is.
Oh no, dear girl. There's no portal involved. It's a gate. Gate is temporary. Portal is typically permanent.
Oh, okay.
I
So-
will mutter an incantation, and those of us within the circle will flash out of existence and reappear.
Does whatever need to be unlocked?
No, I
Okay.
just need a corpse.
Perfect.
I'm not taking objects with me, just people.
Okay. I'm just
Doc,
planning.
We might need to, since they do want her dead or alive, we might need to find out who disposes of bodies.
It's gonna be immediate though.
Don't they need some kind of?
Yes, but I do believe that if someone is killed on the stockade, it would be a spectacle.
Well, I wouldn't suggest you do it in the middle of the day.
She's
Wouldn't it
gonna
be?
pat Bofer on the head.
He says, he kind of looks over at just a lot of you and he says, I don't suggest this happens during the day, and as I told you yesterday, I have a plant that will take the place of a body and will leave a fair amount of blood, as well as the plant to prove that she was taken for some other purpose.
Nobody's ever going to believe that a plant is a person. Plant doesn't make any damn sense, guys. Am I the only one thinking straight here?
Well, I mean, she was as feisty as those plants we faced down under.
Even Xavier puts his hands on his face and he's just like, oh, you sweet, simple creature.
Doc switches from patting Bofer's head to patting Ree's head.
Just
I'm
back
gonna,
and forth.
I'm gonna pat Doc's knee.
I'm gonna pat the tree. He's gonna pat the tree. What the fuck are we doing here? What's happening? Is this a code now? Are
It's called poetry.
we poetrying right now?
See, poetry.
This
Poetry?
Poetry, yeah.
This is beautiful. See, we should write a book together, the lot of us. This is fantastic. Look, we'll have plenty of time to talk after this is all said and done.
Yes. Yes.
I need you to all do something for me, though.
Okay.
When she comes back, there is a distinct possibility she will not be wearing the skin she was born with. She needs to understand that this is the only second chance she gets to turn away from being a slaver and from being an individual. She must be part of your team.
Oh, she'll understand.
Oh my god, guys. What if she comes back as a dwarf?
He
Please,
looks
no. I would.
he
have
looks
so-
down at Ree and immediately his eyes go wide and he says, because of her training, there is a distinct possibility that she returns as a dwarf or a human.
I would have mixed feelings about that.
As would I. I've always wanted to see what a half-orc dwarf crossbreed would look like. Trifecta of nothingness.
Imagine her being born with a beard.
It's a possibility. I have seen some fine dwarven women with beards. They wear them.
All
I digress. All right. I am serious about this, though. Whatever conversation you need to have with her to shake her back into the reality and build a new personality, she can not be she. She must be someone. Am I understood?
Yes.
She will only get one shot, and I am telling you right now that I have had a vision. Your team is destined for much larger things than trivial bullshit underground and slavers and Middleton. I need you to get her on your page. She is crucial.
What kind of big stuff can you say?
Nope, can't talk about that.
Fuck.
It will change the world, and unfortunately, the whispers that come through my mind via divination magic are sometimes not true. So I'm just telling you what I've seen is here and there, but there's definitely a lot of death involved, and quite frankly, you all survive, at least as far as I can see. So, make it so. I'm going to go get lunch. And maybe see you at midnight or so. Take care.
Sounds like a date.
He turns and begins to walk away, and as he does so, Doc, give me a perception check, please.
10.
Okay. He kind of glances back at you, and you catch like a quarter wink, and then he heads off towards the stockades.
Doc seems content.
All right. So, Lucy, is Gray doing anything at this point?
No, I think he'll just be trying to lay low while keeping an eye on the rest of the squad of troublemakers.
Okay. So at about this time, you are already clasped in manacles. You are led down into the underground tunnel that takes you back towards the jail. You were then led up out of the jail and onto the main road, which on our map is right about here. And then you were led north to where the stockades are, which is dead center at this intersection. This is called Trader's Row. Right outside, ironically enough, which I never planned that in advance. It was just always part of the design. Was next door to Xavier's House of Hemlock. And you are in just standard tunic and trousers, belt, shoes. They offer you a hat as it is midday and it's a little bit on the sunny side. But you are put into the stockade, meaning your head is through a hole, your hands are through a hole, they are locked shut on the right-hand side, and your feet are bound around the pole that holds the stockade portion aloft. Are you doing or saying... Sorry, go ahead.
She's channeling her inner / outer half-orc edgelord.
And it's noticeable. As they put you in there, they are also bringing Sir Roderick out. Sir Roderick is also... So it goes... So it's a stage of 4. You were put in place number 1. Place number 2 is empty. Place number 3 is Sir Roderick, and next to them is a guy you have never seen before, but he looks very hungry and very thirsty. A human man, probably about 20 to 25 years old. He's very scruffy right now, but he's very youthful, and they clasp Sir Roderick down right next to him. But they put you in your own section with one space in between.
So we're all in
a
one
row.
line?
Yep, in one line, correct.
So there's no way to catch any of their eyes or anything?
Correct. Yep, that's right. And you're on kind of a platform. There's like a wooden, almost stage, I guess you could call it, that you are all platformed to.
No. Yeah. She's not going to say anything. She's not going to do anything. She's channeling half-orc edgelordness. However, if anyone starts getting real, nasty or jeery, she's just going to look at him and her eyes are going to... She'll Slayer's Prey, but then drop concentration. Basically, she's just going to do the thing that she knows freaks people out.
Okay. Yeah, and they're doing this right at, the height of the lunch hour. Yep. And as that happens, you see there's probably a crowd of easily 100, maybe 150 people that they crowd around just to see who's being put up. They notice Sir Roderick, and immediately cabbages, rotten potatoes, old meat, and stew, handfuls of stew, begin getting slung at Sir Roderick, and you keep hearing the words, "Sacrilege! Sacrilege! You fucking traitor to the cloth!" And he's getting hit in the face with just fistfuls of rotten food. The there's a few people that approach you and look you up and down, and there's a couple people who try to throw tomatoes at you, but like kind of go over your head. You know, they miss you a little bit, and they keep calling out slaver bitch, half breed bitch. But you keep picking up their heartbeat and you start feeling their senses, especially the humans, and you drop them immediately like, oh shit, okay, I know what I have to do. This is like the humility that leads to freedom, right? And as that's happening, you guys, meaning Bofer, Gray, Ree, and She, you all see this kind of unfolding as the crowd is gathering with the new Stockades. Stockades? I think I just created a new word.
I appreciate it. It's a really good word. Yes, strippies.
No,
Hey,
strippies.
that was a good one.
Did you guys see that there are people throwing stew?
Well, I mean, kind of the simplest way to make food around here to make it taste good.
I mean, he deserves it. He deserves every bit of it.
Yeah, I kind of want to throw it, but
His birth
I've
name
turned
is
stone.
Stu, ironically.
I'm
just
Oh.
kidding.
She deserves maybe a tomato or two, but not
You,
stew.
Roderick.
She's a part of us. She may have done some
Well,
things in the past, but
We
I
will see.
believe she can change.
I hope so, or we are going through a lot of trouble for nothing.
I don't know if he can still hear, so I typed that.
He can.
Okay. Well, in that case, I typed, oh, if anyone does hit her, she'll lock in on them and take a bit before dropping it.
Okay. So
And she's going to not look. She's not looking around for any of you. However, if you approach them, that'll change things.
yeah, I think we're gonna probably stay standing back.
Doc, I do believe that should we purchase anything after this moment for food or anything like that, or are we squared away on that?
Food might not. I don't carry everybody's food. I don't think.
I mean, I could probably scrounge us up some food.
That might be a good idea.
Doc's gonna look over at the old man and say, "Hey, I think she's gonna have another performance. Come here."
Oh,
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm looking at Gray. I'm saying, "I think there's about to be another
No.
performance. Come here."
No.
You want the strippy to come over here again?
The strippy. Stop calling him a strippy. It's weird. It's more weird than anything that we've been through, and we've been through a lot of weird stuff.
It's strippy.
You're making it worse.
I know.
Drill points like the crowd throwing stuff and be like, I like this performance more at the moment.
So it's about this point where you guys realize that, like, all of a sudden Sir Roderick gets hit in the face with a fistful of shit. You're not sure.
Yeah.
You're not sure if it's like horse shit or cow shit. It's probably not humanoid shit, maybe. But all of a sudden, this fistful of shit just splatters him across the face. And
Nice.
you guys hear him fervently praying and begging Moradin, "Moradin, forgive me." Oh, wow, I just did a voice, an accent that he does not have. He says, "Moradin, forgive me. Please forgive me for my sins. I have tried, and then all of a sudden, another splat of shit across the other side of his face."
Do you hear this, dwarf father?
Make a religion check, Boo Boo.
That was wished for, just
19.
so you know.
Your gauntlet, the one with the holy symbol, gets hot to a point where you almost don't want it on your hand for like 2 seconds, and then cools down.
Apologies, dwarf father.
So I mean, do we want to stay here and watch this go down?
Am I
I
allowed
don't
to
know.
have a tomato?
What'd you say?
Am I allowed to have like a tomato or something?
Oh no, there are carts full of rotten food that sit in front of the stockades. It is a public humiliation punishment, so they are brought out daily for you. So yeah, fuck it, grab a tomato. You want to throw it?
He'll probably like throw it at she, but purposely miss, and then go terrible shot, and then go back to looking at Sir Roderick.
Okay. Make an attack roll with disadvantage. If you
Okay.
roll 2 nat 20s, I'm gonna shit myself.
Isn't
Do I
that
just go
funny?
unarmed?
Yeah, just unarmed. Well, actually, yeah, it's gonna be unarmed, but instead you're gonna add. Well, it's a thrown weapon, so it is your strength. Yep. Yeah, because you're it's a
Strength.
thrown-
I think that's my dex instead.
Okay, what's your strength? 1. Or
Negative one.
Okay, noted. So
That's a
you are
16.
okay. 16, and your disadvantage.
Actually, if it was -1, it actually
That
So-
hit.
12,
Does
11.
that hit?
11. 11 does hit because she's standing still. So it kind of like it hits, but it only hits like the side of her face. It's not like a full force like hit. It kind of like clips her cheek and then smashes against the wood of the stockade. So it's still you still missed from a true full blown easy target.
Would I be
I
able to
stand
hone in
by-
on?
Yeah, I
I
would've wanted
stand
to
by
look.
what I said.
I'd be in the crowd.
Sorry, hang on. I heard a bunch of things. What was it?
So for my question, since I had just been addressing him, would I be able to have seen what he did?
Oh, you were addressing Gray?
Yeah, when I said, "Come on over here, there's another show," and then he's like, "I like this better," and he went over and threw a tomato.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
He snatched up tomato and he hurled it, and you saw it. It was just like.
Dak's gonna kind of go.
Okay, Bofer.
Would I have seen who like try to see who threw the tomato?
Make a perception check for me, please.
Nope.
You didn't see shit. You were talking to the Dwarf Father.
You're still-
Cat. Sorry, what did you say? You said you were gonna follow through with what you were. Okay. Give me a perception check with advantage.
Cool.
The poor Bofer's head is still ringing from when he got smacked in the head with the backpack.
Hell yeah.
There's a
I'm
lot of
hearing
shit in that
voices in
backpack.
my
Oh,
head.
hell yeah.
So, you kind of like, it hits you, and you turn, and you look down, and as you look down, boom, all of a sudden, Slayer's prey. And you see the heartbeat, but the heartbeat does not match the aura. There is a dark aura around this being. With that perception check, you see straight through the illusion of Gray, and you see this shadowy image of this middle-aged beggar-looking man, but behind it, ever so slightly, you see a physical form recognizable to you as Gray. Do with that what you will.
I'm going to lock eyes with him, with my eyes being the weird, bird-like.
Yeah, so that you
they're
see
all
these
white
like
with
hawk,
black
yeah,
and
yep,
black, yep.
these hawk slits, these hawk eyes turn towards you, and to you, Gray, it feels like have you ever been like in a crowd and you're like, who the fuck is looking at me? And you look around and sure shit,
All the
there's that
time.
one creepy person staring at you. Yeah. You look up and she is just on you, like staring straight through you, almost like, oh fuck. Actually, your passive perception is high. Give me passive insight. Give me a passive insight check.
Okay. That is a 13.
She is seeing through your illusion.
And he'll smile and wave.
She's going to speak. Well, how far is old man beggar Gray?
I mean, probably about 10, 12 feet or so.
Probably by the carts, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna mouth something in Orcish, because there's enough people that I don't want to actually say it, and it's just roughly translated. It would equate to scrawny rabbit that can't carry a tune.
Ooh.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's
Really good
next level
result.
shit.
Thank goodness you don't speak Orcish, because you can read lips just
I
fine.
do.
Oh, you do speak Orcish?
I know
Oh,
he
speak
speaks
Orcish.
Orcish.
Okay, so yeah, you.
Oh, but
you-
I Gray has a personality trait that says, I love a good insult, even one directed at me.
and
so
honestly,
he's just
that
gonna
was
lie.
really fucking good. That was
It was really
clever.
good. I think he'd laugh anyway.
Oh my god. Okay, both of you take an inspiration point. That was a good exchange for the sake of roleplay. Okay, so what is everybody doing?
So I guess I'll hang out for a little bit, kind of keep an eye on how long people stick around. I know it was like the height of lunch hour or the end of lunch hour or whatever. I want to I really do want to do some recon and get a feel for, because I'm doing those things, so get a feel for how many people are around at any given moment without, but I just want to look like I'm hanging out.
Okay. Why don't you start? Why don't you start by making a performance check for me, just to make it look like you're hanging around and just kind of doing your thing.
8.
Okay. I mean, it's a little awkward because you've not really seen a stockade before, because where you're from, they don't do stockades. That's
Right.
not, the public humiliation is kind of a mortal sin as far as those people are concerned. So this is weird. However, as you scope out the number of people are here that are here, it's there are a lot of people right now because there is quote unquote fresh meat on the stockade. Over the course of what will be the next few hours, the crowd diminishes by like 20% per hour. And then flashing forward, and we'll retroactively do anybody who wants to do anything. But once we get to about 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, there's nobody. Nobody comes by to the stockades, and that's about the time they're getting ready to be taken off. So that's about the time that you'd have to be ready to do something, if you were going to do something. But there are no guards posted here. The stockades are they are an unguarded post.
Okay.
Just so we're clear.
All right.
Okay.
So at some point during the day, I would have.
We'll say I'm sorry. It's just for clarity. We'll say about 9:15. You realize there's not a fucking soul in sight, but you know that the 5 hours a day, which is most stockade time frame, depending on the crime, they're about to be pulled off at 10 o'clock. So, you got
Okay.
45 minutes to do your thing, but there's not a whole lot of people. There's not even torches around here. They're left in the fucking dark to sit and be cold and lonely by themselves.
Okay.
It's kind of like their, solitary confinement's thinking time.
At some point during the day, Doc would make sure that everybody's on board with doing this tonight. And also, I would go buy. I have a couple things I would want to buy, so I might step away. excuse me, to go buy a few things and then come back. Trying to keep an eye on things. One of those things is lockpicks.
Okay. Give me. Well, let's. Okay, that's a lot of things in one shot. So you go ahead and you guys can role play wanting to do this tonight.
We're all on the same page that was sooner the better, right?
I agree.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't want to see her get killed again, but, well, not again. She didn't die yet, right?
Yeah, let's not talk about who died.
She has
Yeah,
not.
okay.
She has not died yet.
So the only thing is that Gray doesn't know our plan. She's gonna she's gonna change the way she's talking just a little bit to make it easier to, because well, actually, I don't know. Have you ever told her that you can read lips? I don't think you did. So I'm gonna say Gray doesn't know our plan. And if he's around here somewhere, I don't really want to abandon him.
Hey, Gray. Just so I'm understanding correctly, if I'm looking at your character sheet right, you can cast you can cast Disguise Self for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours a day. Is that correct?
I don't think Disguise Self levels up with
It does
this.
not. It doesn't, but you can still spend a higher level spell slot to cast it. So
Okay.
it's 9 hours a day, is that right?
Yeah, but at the same time, he bought a disguise last time, so he's gonna try and, I guess, preserve it as much as he can.
Understood, thank you. I just want to make sure that I'm tracking it right.
Yeah.
If
So,
you're
tell me
if you're maintaining it, that's just what I want to make sure of.
I think if not necessary, he won't. So.
Okay.
So I'm a little nervous. I know that he disappeared in the middle of combat, but he didn't really know us very well, to be fair. And when he was around, he was pretty helpful. So, if anybody sees him, I guess try. I don't know. He might be long gone too.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It would surprise me. He wouldn't abandon me.
Yes, he would never abandon his girlfriend.
When Ree says that, Doc rolls her eyes and her shoulders like slump down, and she's like, "No, Ree, you're right. He would not abandon you.
That's right.
He did not abandon
He's hiding. He's just hiding. He's just, preserving. I get it. He's a fugitive. He hasn't been discovered yet, like we have. So yeah, no, I get it.
He is hiding in plain sight. Yeah.
So do we need anything
Seen him?
before we?
So he is more of a part of the group than we thought. I'll just say that.
You sound
Maybe
like me
if-
in court.
No, I'm not that bad. Maybe if you
Says the one that got away with almost everything.
actually everything. Yes.
Because of my 4 copper.
Well, speaking of 4 coins, Ree,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna look around and make sure nobody's like standing around listening to us.
How long is this into? Is this just a few minutes after this whole situation, of the retroactive situation? Or
Well, this was us talking about whether or not we're gonna do it tonight and trying
Yeah.
to.
So this is So you guys kind of look around. I mean, there's like still 100+ people around you, but you kind of are off to the side by
And they're
yourselves.
like focused, right? They're
Oh
focused on
yeah,
us.
no,
Okay.
they're throwing all sorts of handfuls of poo and
Okay.
rotten vegetables and stew.
So, okay, so your boyfriend is very good at performing, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Performing is not always singing. Sometimes it's acting like you're somebody else.
Ah, okay. I see what you're getting at. So there's a theaters here somewhere, and he's acting.
Doc is gonna
Is he?
bend in half pretty much to whisper into Ree's ear and say, "The old guy that tipped you."
Yeah. What about him?
Take an inspiration point. I'm sorry, you just fucking
I-
killing it.
I love this
talking
character
about?
so much.
The old guy that tipped you is also your boyfriend.
No.
But nope, stop. Let me finish. But
Nope.
he's in disguise because he's acting like he's somebody else.
Why would I care if that old dude's pretending he's somebody else?
Because it's great.
Wait, what? I'm gonna look at the old dude because I'm pretty sure he said that out loud. She said that out loud.
I was whispering. Yeah, I mean you're close. You're right next to us.
Oh
so-
no, I'm talking about Ree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you glance over and there's the old dude. He's probably hanging out, kind of watching the crowd, and you see him kind of just like, you damn fucking kids, eat tomatoes.
I didn't know that dude wanted to be your boyfriend. That's weird.
Yes.
I mean, I guess he
tricky-
paid you the money too. I think you're worth a little bit more than 11 silver though.
It was only 4.
Oh,
They only had 4.
Oh,
They gave him
a little more than
silver.
4 silver. I think you're worth like at least a gold.
Like 4 copper.
Oh,
I'm not
thanks.
giving her a gold.
Forest Ree.
Wait.
So-
Why would I? Isn't 4 more than 1?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
4 is 1. Yes.
So why are you saying that
What?
I'm worth more and you're just gonna give me 1?
Because it's gold, Ree.
Gold is worth more than silver.
Gold tastes better.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, so did you understand my? Did you get the?
Oh yeah.
Are you? Did you?
Yeah.
are you sure?
Yeah. No. I got you. That old dude's great. Yeah.
Jesus.
What?
She's gonna
Oh,
put her
shit.
hand over Ree's mouth.
Okay.
Very good. She got
Do I
it.
hear that?
Oh god, your
Go for
passive
dead.
perception is stupid high. Give me a perception check, Gray.
Should
Because
wave to
there's still a lot of shit going on right now, but yeah, give me your.
You would hear-
Over this crowd, honestly, you don't hear anything.
Okay, I was gonna
Okay.
say you would hear the old dude's great.
He's too into character.
Well, Ree, that's good information to know. Let's not
Okay.
talk about this.
Let's not discuss it any further.
Wow,
However,
he's really good at disguises.
yeah,
Next session, Gray goes to court.
he didn't abandon you. didn't abandon you.
Ah, no, he didn't.
Oh god.
Just
So-
proves it.
Oh, Moradine.
Okay.
Doc, do we need to buy anything before we go?
Yeah, I need lockpicks for sure, and I was also thinking lockpicks would be good, and then
Would we need to buy that from your
Food.
associates?
my associates. You're my associates. Do you have lockpicks for me to buy?
I have lockpicks to make, but I don't think a reputable marketman would want to sell lockpicks.
Did you ever try a fucking locksmith?
What is it that you think I do, Bofer?
Well, I mean, I did hear some stories from Xavier.
No, what?
Or, no, I did hear stories from both you while you were talking to him. Apparently, there's a group of tabaxi like yourself down in the port.
What?
that
Because I'm
do-
tabaxi, suddenly I'm questionable.
No, it's because you gave me the
That's racist.
eye thing when we were in jail.
The eye thing?
The eye thing. You know the eye thing.
I know the eye thing he gives me, but I don't know the eye thing he gave you.
It's the eye thing you gave me.
Oh, that I gave you?
What?
There's a lot of eye things happening.
So confused.
I need lockpicks to
I'm
pick...
so confused.
I need lockpicks to pick the locks.
I understand.
We should be able to get that from other lock pickers who are also the people who make locks.
People who make locks actually sell ways to pick their own locks.
Well, yeah, because what if you lose your key?
Mm.
Make
There's
another
also
key.
general traders that sell stuff like that for the same reason. It's not like being able to pick a lock is illegal. It's what you do with the ability to pick locks that makes it illegal.
Out of character, do we currently have a map at the moment?
Not of Middleton, but
Not
you
Middleton,
have
the
one
whole-
of the whole continent. Would you like me to pull it up for you?
Oh, I would like to ask Doc first, like, if she could pull it out, I guess. And go ahead, yes, pull it out.
Bam, map of Trubenshard. There you go, my friends.
Let's see the map here, Doc. So here is this is where we're going, the circle of land. I'm gonna go ahead and point right here.
Nope. Swing and a miss.
So
Circle of the moon.
No, he said that. I thought he said the Archmage of the Circle of the Moon.
Oh,
Arc Druid,
Apologies.
not mage.
Sorry, Druid, Archdruid. That's over here on this side.
Oh wait, so do we need to bring her there,
No.
we're gonna get We're
gonna get-
teleporters there.
There's
we're gonna take a door to get somewhere.
You said something about like we'll be blinked out of existence for a moment. Like,
Yep.
It
Mhm.
sounds a lot scarier than it probably is. I
yeah, it
think.
sounds
We
fucking
should,
terrifying.
We should probably try to find or purchase some information about the surrounding area.
Stop trying. Listen, purchasing information does not go well.
Yeah, it
Yes.
didn't end well very.
You're right, but I mean, would you rather get put somewhere that we have no idea about, and then just look around to find somewhere to go, or
What
would you
does
rather?
he have to gain? What does he have to gain from tricking us?
Bofer, you hear at this point there is this static in your head that shifts into existence, and you hear the following very familiar voice. Mr. Anvilrock, we had discussed the 1,500 gold piece payment for the reincarnation of your friend. I'm going to need that before this evening if the deed is to be done. Come see me soon, friend.
Both are gonna look around for a second.
You there?
Okay, so was this just a one-way thing?
Nope, it's two-way. You've got 20 words. I'm sorry, 25 words.
Oh, it's you. Yes, we'll come and deliver the gold you require.
And then you hear the static again. Shh. And then it silences.
And then
Yeah.
your hearing comes back to Doc, like talking about lockpicks still.
Oh, I thought you were asking me something if something happened.
Well, no, I mean, unless you're standing there like,
Oh no, I was looking around to see who was talking to me.
oh, okay, then yeah, I probably would be like, what? Are you good?
I think that was your boyfriend talking to me.
Oh, he's your boyfriend?
I don't think we officially made that official, but I don't think you did either. So yes.
That's how it works.
Definitely didn't.
I don't know how it works. I've been in a forge for 40, 50
I've
years.
never had a boyfriend before. I have no idea.
I mean, you are taller than him.
Did he say something or?
He wants our money.
Oh, yeah.
Do we still have money?
We do. I'm
Somehow.
about to recklessly and idiotically spend it all.
I think we should probably go to his place over here.
Okay.
Doc's definitely not gonna let me live that down.
Not till you start over.
Hey, at least I'm not branded with an
2
S.
more hours.
Why would you be branded with an S?
That's what they were gonna do to him
Yep.
For what?
if he was guilty for something.
Which I am
Sacrilege.
not guilty of anything.
You're guilty of one thing. I am not guilty of anything.
Well, I mean, technically upon the Middleton laws, but we were defending ourselves, so
Okay, let's go pay Xavier.
yeah, let's go pay Xavier.
All right, so back on the map of Middleton here. You guys are still in the center by the stockades. You go over to Xavier's House of Hemlock. She and Gray, are you doing anything that I should be notating? No? Okay, understood. Oh, sorry,
I'm
go
just
ahead, She.
doing my best. I was just gonna say, I'm just doing my best to intimidate people away from throwing things at me and getting them to focus on, shiny paladin.
Fuck yeah, give me an intimidation check. And to be fair, people seem to be way more focused on Shiny Paladin Man than they are on Half-Orc Slaver. Because it's very rare to see anybody like you here. Or like him here. Sorry, go ahead, Candace.
Important question about him. They did not put him up there in his armor, I assume.
No, fuck no.
That was
Everybody
my
is...
question too. Yeah.
Yep, nope. Everybody is
Just
stripped down
making sure.
to just simple tunics.
Perfect.
It's mostly just going to try and not draw attention to myself unless someone is focusing too much on me, and then it's eyes change, intimidation, blah blah blah. I am not actually good at intimidation, so we'll see how this goes. Oh God, no, that's awful.
Ooh.
It's actually surprising you're not good at intimidation.
That's what I thought too. Don't half-orcs have an ability that gives them bonus to intimidation?
That's the +2 you're
I'm
seeing.
not- I'm not charisma based.
Oh, you know what? That's right. It's a charisma-based skill. Okay.
I don't understand why intimidation is charisma based.
I hate that shit. I've always thought that it should
Persuasion,
be
yes.
it should
Strength.
be strength-based.
Yep,
You
I agree.
flex and you fucking scream. End of story, right?
Yep.
I like hers.
I'll tell you what. With that roll
isn't-
though, why don't you add your strength bonus for me? We'll make it a a strength intimidation check.
Okay, so that would go up from a -1 to a +1, so I'd go up to an 11 then.
11. 11's not bad amongst a bunch of commoners. So
And
as
then and if anyone's aiming back to like actually throw, then I'm gonna lock in on them and kind of use that as an extra freak out.
okay, understood. So there's some hissing and growling and staring that these people are very not used to. And as that happens, you dodge and manage to shrug off about 75% of anybody who might be interested in you, which is only about 10% of the entire crowd because they're very focused on this fucking paladin. Dwarf paladin.
That'll work. I'm assuming I'm gonna get hit with some. However, it's just
It's
minimum.
very
Level one.
rare. It's very rare. Yeah, it's the grays that you get hit by. Sorry, Lucy, go ahead.
So he does actually know the plan because he read their lips and everything. So
Yeah.
he's actually gonna try and divert attention from her as well by being like, "You see this dwarf?" You know, just kind of like old man ranting. And back in my day.
Okay, give me a performance check.
Okay,
Oh,
so 16.
Yes.
All right, so that 10% of the people that are focused on she has now been downsized to about 5% of there's only 5 assholes in the crowd who are just racists who hate half-orcs that are throwing shit at you and missing terribly. And on the, 1 out of 100 throws that are hitting you, you are locking in and just fucking watching them. Everybody else is focused on this paladin thanks to Gray's very well timed performance of old man. Fuck this guy.
At
What's his
some
name?
point, then I'm going to, if he glances back, I'm going to mouth in Orcish just a very, very simple thank you.
And because of his passive perception of stupid high, Gray, you do notice it.
I think he'll just pretend not to at this stage.
Okay,
Or like he'll give a slight nod and then go back to it.
understood. So, the rest of
We're
the
gonna
party.
be edgelord friends.
No, I'm just trying not to get caught.
Yeah, fuck you and your edgelord. I'm not trying to get put in prison. You've escaped everything by proxy here. Okay, so you guys go over to Xavier's house of Hemlock. You knock on the door, you enter the space, and as you enter the space, again, it's the same exact situation you saw before. There's some potions and some scrolls and some adventuring equipment kind of lined up on the walls, and Xavier is in the middle of wafting this huge I shouldn't say huge. It's huge for a desk, but it's like a desk-sized copper brazier, which is filled with incense and a fire underneath, and it has got all sorts of smoke coming up, and he's wafting it into the air as you enter, and he looks over and you came much sooner than I thought you would. And that's what I said. Literally. Anyways, how is everybody? Mr. Anvilrock, how are you, my sweet feline friend? And of course, Floofy Pants, my sweet. How is everybody?
So far, so good.
I'm gonna whisper to Doc. He kind of reminds me of Corky a little bit.
I heard you.
He heard you.
I'm aware.
I fucking heard you.
I wish I could give you two inspirations. Please feel free to speak. Well, quite frankly, freely. Yes, you came to pay. Is that correct? Because
Yes.
this is. He stops and he's like, "Whoa!" And he looks around. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get ahead of myself and I forget that people may or may not be in here browsing. That would have been awkward. I'd have to kill somebody and bury them in the basement. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that unless I had to.
Do you have
And it
any
wouldn't
rats
be
in
the
the
basement.
basement? Ree can help you kill the rats.
Yeah, I can fuck some shit up.
I am well aware of your capabilities, Ree. And those pants are gonna make you move twice as fast. I promise you. At least at
Oh my
some
god, I'm
points.
so nimbly.
Very bimbly. Yes. So, the requisites for your friend's reincarnation are going to be 1,500 gold pieces.
Okay, here you go.
Do you? And he looks sincerely now, and he takes a very serious tone. Do you have the coin available to do that, or gems, or anything to trade?
Oh, we do. We won't have much after, but we have it.
Do you have enough to eat afterwards?
Yes.
I can scrounge up some food out in the wilds there. Get some rabbits.
Okay.
As long as you
Wait.
make them with stew and potatoes.
It's going to be tight for a little bit, for sure. But
I had
we
these
will,
4 coins.
You keep
Four
keep your
coins.
coins.
Silver
Yeah, those are
pieces.
those are
Good for
well
you, Ree.
deserved. Well deserved coin of yours, Ree. Don't pay those to anybody. So we do have it. We'll be okay. She's just gotten very expensive.
Which is why I have told you that she is worth the investment, and you must make her realize that she is worth that investment, or she will be nothing to you.
I will.
I am well aware of everything that has transpired up until this point, save for a few minor details. But I promise you, with what I have seen, futuristically, she is a necessary part of this team.
Oh my god, you're killing me with this stuff. What did you say?
It doesn't work that way, Ree.
I know.
So, 1,500. And just so you're aware, this is just so I can go buy oils and incense to perform this ritual. This is not
Oh,
going in my pocket, just so we are all
Sure,
clear.
I imagine this is going to be expensive. Or, well, obviously it is. I did take that out already.
Okay, thank you.
Whoa, that's a lot of gold.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Man, good thing you bought that coin pouch here.
How much do you have left?
330 gold and
It's enough to eat for probably 8 months between the 5 of you if necessary.
mm-hmm.
Do you have any magic items on you right now, or anything that you need identified as magic, or any items that are not identified that I can identify for you? Because I will do it for free right now as my... And he holds up his index finger on his right hand, and he has this small ring that's got a... It's a gold band, but it's got like 2 silver dragon heads holding a single white pearl, and he says, I'm refreshed for the day, so I can at least provide you that as a courtesy if you need it.
I'm curious about this torch we found.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And you pull the green torch out?
Yeah.
He looks at it, and he says, is there anything else that I can detect magic on? Well, it doesn't matter. He flicks the pearl, and it spins in the mouth of the 2 silver dragons on his ring, and it immediately flashes purple. His eyes start to glow ever so slightly in a purple, whitish kind of flashing energy, and he looks down and says, oh, that's definitely magical. Do we have anything that I should look at that should be maybe identified as magical before I perform identifies?
Oh.
I think... Oh, go ahead. I was going to say, I think we did this already before, but I'd take out, like, the coiled dragon silver rings and amulet and the ornate ceremonial dagger, just to make sure. Because I don't remember.
And I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my wand.
So he looks over the lot of them and he says, haha, interesting. Yes, the silver rod, this is magical, absolutely. Doc, the silver necklace, ring, and the dagger, they are not magical, but I can tell you that the necklace and the ring are worth at least 15 gold pieces each. And the ceremonial dagger is worth at least 125 gold pieces by itself. But you're going to have to find somebody who is interested in artifacts, because that is a very old dagger.
Thank you.
He then flicks the pearl in the opposite direction, and he reaches down and he touches the torch, and he reaches down and he touches the wand. He says, "Oh yes, this is an ever burning torch. It is a torch that has been enchanted with illusion magic." To burn forever like a torch, but it unfortunately is within this green hue, as quite frankly that's the way they did it about 1,000 years ago. And yes, it will never burn out. You never need to hold a torch on you again. You only need this.
What would you know why it always like shows up around zombies and whatnot?
That's a very good question. It's possibly because necromancers need their own vision to see their creations, and they are too poor because they cannot perform daily tasks to earn money in order to see their dead. So that would be my guess.
Weird.
It's typical, but it's very uncommon. So you've got yourself a very fancy magic item.
Huh, cool.
Mr. Bofa, Anvil Rock. You've got something special. And I will share it with you. Bear with me for one moment. Okay, sorry, I had to look for it because it's been a while since you guys picked that up. He says, this is interesting. This is referred to as the Wand of the War Mage. So this item if a spellcaster is holding this, you will receive an intuition as far as how you interact with your magic and the world around you. So what it does, just so everyone is clear here, it is Wand of the War Mage +1. It gives you a +1 to spell attack rolls, and you ignore half cover when making any spell attack.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty
Actually,
awesome.
it's useless. I
who
mean,
needs
what?
this?
It's very awesome. So you can add that to your inventory now. You can drop the wand with the goofy gem and now add Wand of the War Mage +1.
You
Imagine
said
needing
1 to
attack
spell
rolls.
attack rolls and
I'm sorry, what was that? What was
Plus-
that, Boo Boo?
+1 to spell attack rolls and
Yes. And you ignore half cover when making a spell attack. But if you look in D&D Beyond, you can just type in Wand of the War Mage +1 and add it to your inventory. Just make sure you drop the wand with the obsidian shard.
awesome. Thank you.
Yes, so that's all I have to tell you as far as what I can see. Is there anything else I can do for you? Thank you very much for paying, by the way. I will bring this immediately to the Arc Druid Carrick Nightbreeze, and we will move forward with the preparations for the rituals. So as soon as you arrive, we will begin.
Thank you very much for all of your help.
Well, you called on me. How could I not help a friend? Plus, business has been very slow as of late, and you've brought me very good business.
This will probably keep you running for the next year.
What's that? Oh,
Oh, wait.
what are you talking about? Are you going to give me something?
Oh, no, not again. But I hope you do like your present.
Very much so. Let me tell you, I've already started flipping through it, and the information in here about silver dragons and gold dragons and copper dragons and red dragons. Ashuralladon. Bountiful knowledge on Ashuralladon.
If I could ever understand it. But I think we do need to get to the business at hand with our friend outside.
Yes, we're gonna get prepared for that, and we'll see you soon.
Understood. Take care of yourselves, and ta-ta. And he kind of gives you a half salute, a flamboyant salute, and you guys exit. Where do you go?
Probably back out to our hangout spot. I do see that Kat was gonna try to catch our attention when we walked
Yeah.
outside.
Okay, so yeah, you guys step outside. It's easy enough, Kat. I mean, you've watched these guys, you've honed in on them, you see them. Make a performance check for me to grab their attention. And Beaufort, Doc, and Ree, give me a perception check, please.
This is going to be so bad. No, that is
9.
so awful. I am apparently just leering menacingly in their vague direction, maybe.
So the only person that sees is Ree. You see that you feel, as soon as you exit, you feel this presence immediately surround you, and you're like, what the fuck? And you look up, and sure as shit, she from the stockades is glaring straight into your soul.
The fuck did I do? Whatever the record may show is glaring at me right now. I think
I cannot wait to rename her. I'll look up.
Are we going to keep calling her that?
it's her name.
Until she dies, right?
And she, you see their as they have this quick conversation, the glances come up towards you, and you see them make contact with you.
Then I'm just trying to convey without letting on to anyone else around me, which means I'm just staring.
I'm gonna go and wave.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna stare back, I guess.
With my symbol hand.
I will raise an eyebrow, I guess.
Maybe she's mad that
Can we give her
some of us
food?
were innocent.
Can we give her food at all? Is that bad?
I don't know. I mean, people are giving her food technically. I don't know if we're allowed to feed them though.
I'm gonna give up on them and I'm gonna look to Gray.
All right, yeah, you look down at Gray, and Gray kind of catches your glance. I mean, his perception, his passive is so high, it's ridiculous. So, you catch his glance. What do you do?
Kind of like side shift my gaze a little bit, indicating like a come here kind of thing.
You pick it up. You kind of understand it, Lucy.
How many people are still around?
At this point, I mean, you guys haven't progressed any, so there's still like 100+ people around. Like, this has been all within the last hour.
I guess he'll pick up like a tomato on his way and then move over.
Okay, yeah, no, it looks natural. You snap. You know what? Hang on, give me a performance check.
Yay. I hope.
You know, I could just
My hand
start,
being locked in like this.
I
Yeah,
could
there's
just
so
preach
much
the
I
most
can do.
boring
Oh, yeah.
Moradine sermon ever to make everyone leave.
Easy. You snatch that tomato up, and you begin to walk over towards her.
He's gonna like whisper, "What do you want?"
What language are you speaking in?
Orcish.
Understood, thank you.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, because I was like, there's nobody here is Orcish or half Orcish, so Orcish is the perfect language.
Would we see him go up there then?
Give me a perception check, Candace.
Also, how close are they?
Trying to keep a fair distance.
So, Candace, yes, you do see the visage of the visage of the illusory appearance of Gray approach the stockades and kind of lean in ever so slightly, kind of tossing a tomato up in his hand. And as far as how close they are, again, they're about 12 feet away because there is a stockades distance away, like a platform and stockade, plus, wheelbarrows full of rotten food. Okay, so
She's going to say in response, quietly, them are a whole bunch of inter-orcish insult.
No point to like the group them. Like without saying anything, he'll just point to them.
yeah, and you kind of understand. He points in the general direction, like, why the fuck would he point all the way over the people I just tried to get the attention of?
She'll give you the duh look.
I guess Gray will kind of like turn around, like give them the signal because they're watching. Because I'm pretty sure he knows they're watching. He saw a Beaufort wave, I'm pretty sure.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
then he'll turn around, toss the tomato, and then walk away.
All right.
That saves me from having to do what I was planning on doing.
Are you trying to hit Are you trying to hit her with the tomato or no?
It's kind of half-assed, but yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Avery, I think your boyfriend's trying to feed her.
No,
Oh, that's
Oh,
really
no.
nice.
she wants us to come over.
So
to
the
her.
lowest was a 17. I rolled a nat 20 and a 15.
Yeah. So you hurl the tomato, and you like really half-ass it. You kind of like underhand sling it, like a softball, and it kind of across the side of her face. And honestly, like as it hits you, it starts to drip into your like mouth and under your tusks, and you're like, okay, this is actually who the fuck threw this tomato away? Because this is still good. Like this is all right, but
As he's- I guess-
really embarrassing.
I guess as he sees himself hit, he'll go, "I'm a better shot than you are," and then walk away.
Oh my god.
And you hear it clear as day in Orcish as he walks away.
Karma's a bitch. She.
You know what? At that point, people are here for a spectacle anyway. She's going
Oh,
to
boy.
just go on an absolute, just very loud, very insulting rant. Very just diatribe insults just flung his way.
I'm gonna say.
In Orcish, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Doc's gonna say, "Oh, I think she's choking," and move faster over.
Honestly, that's what Orcish insults sound like. It's like, hey,
Maybe she's
oh god, is
allergic
she
to
okay?
tomatoes.
No, she's good.
Oh
She's
no, she's
good.
dying!
But
And
Lucy,
then make
Gray
the
hears it.
gesture at Gray's back/side that is translatable across every language.
Absolutely, and Lucy, you hear it like, you stupid motherfucking piece of shit. I'm gonna cut your fucking throat out when you sleep as soon as I get out of here, you dumb asshole.
His smile just grows wider and wider the more she continues.
I think she hates Gray more than she hates me.
I think you.
I
might be
hope
right
so.
about that. Let's go see what she wanted. So I'll head over.
Yep, about this time, the group, you
Yeah, we're
guys,
over
you
there.
guys approach. You guys are at the base of the stockades.
Yes.
Couple of things. Obviously, when people are less there, and it's
Yeah.
going to be
yeah.
one little hunter, two my things.
Oh, your belongings.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, did we get all her belongings?
It wouldn't make.
No,
it-
she's in prison.
It wouldn't
now.
make sense for us to have all of her belongings. Listen, starting new means starting new. So start new. Change how you're doing things for the better, and make sure that you're a part of this.
Are you really fucking lecturing me as I am in the
Doc starts to walk
Fucking-
away.
orcish? Or,
We were told that we're all gonna be great things in the future, and you need to be a part of it.
I'm gonna switch this conversation to Dwarvish. Is there anything is there anything special you had in your things?
and she'll switch as well. Some small trinkets that are not important, but I will need the materials to at least make another bow.
I can make you a better one.
I
we-
need the flexibility of wood, dwarf, not metal.
Beaufort, give me a history check. Nope. I take that back. Give me a nature check. With advantage because... nope, not with advantage. I take that back. Sorry, I'm talking out loud and getting excited here. I've got the shaky hand.
Nope.
Nope, never mind. Fuck your knowledge.
You could probably reinforce one, but I need a weapon that I can feel the soul of.
was
I have a
thinking
bow.
Ironwood.
When did you get a bow, Ree?
I don't know, took it off a body at some point.
You have a short bow.
Yeah, I got a short bow.
I
Um,
am not goblin sized
Not right now, you're not.
right now. I don't
Right now,
know.
we don't know. We don't know what size you're gonna be.
honestly, I'm
I-
pretty sure it was a
oh,
long bow for a goblin.
Oh my god, what if you're a goblin too?
Oh god, two of them.
I would rather go back to the camp.
As long as you're not an elf.
Yeah, fuck elves. No.
Fuck elves.
Fuck
I'm gonna go ahead and spit when we say elves.
Yeah, respit too.
Honestly, with her
Jesus.
arrogance, it wouldn't surprise me.
Fucking racists. Jesus. Knife your prick.
Very racist game when you think about it.
Well, I mean, goblins and dwarves hate elves.
If we're, I don't know what the plan is. I don't. How are you getting him back to your family?
Doc walked away.
We got.
How is she getting him back to her family?
This is a good question.
Well, to be honest with you, we don't know where he is. We got arrested as soon as I
How
found
did
out.
you lose?
Wait, who actually
Hey,
said they? Who actually said they had him? Was it Lord Istival?
No, it was the
I can
honestly
make
when I last asked. This is still in Dwarvish. We were talking to Sir
hand.
Roderick. I'm gonna
her
point.
hand
I'm gonna
where,
point to
like, she wants
shitface.
to strangle someone. then go and ask Sigmund where the fuck the little hunter is.
Okay.
Don't
gun
just
war.
stand around like you're in a fucking stockade.
I mean, we are in a stockade, though.
I am. You're still
No,
fucking
we're not.
free. If you want to swap places, then go for it.
I don't think it would fit us.
The only
Me either.
reason I'm fucking here is because the little hunter.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk to Shitface.
Hey, yo, shit face.
What's up, Shitface?
You got something
Or
on
you
your
could
face.
talk to Sigmund.
So at this point, yeah, Sir Roderick kind of looks down and he's like, "What the fuck do you want?"
We want to know where our white skilled friend is,
How in the fuck am I supposed to know?
because you told me he was safe somewhere.
He is safe somewhere with the priests. I had nothing to fucking do with his safekeeping.
So
I
he's
never
still
even
there?
saw. I don't know. Go ask the fucking priests. What are you asking me for? At this point, another fucking tomato hits the side of his head and he goes, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, take off some of that
Like
chip.
I said, go and ask for Sigmund.
Alright, let's go talk to Sigmund.
All right.
We'll pick up a rotten tomato and chuck it at the other side of his face.
Fuck yeah, give me an attack roll.
I want to do something in person, but I don't think Bofer would do it.
Just unarmed strike.
Yeah, just unarmed, because it's going to use your strength modifier. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You smack him... Oh, wow. 3 points of damage. Holy shit. You smack him across the side of the head, and he literally, like... It hits him so fucking hard in the side of the head that it bounces the other side of his head off the stockade, and he literally loses consciousness.
Oh, shit. Oh, I don't think that was quite rotten yet.
And as soon as you guys start to walk away, you hear... My mama!
Whoa, I didn't think that one was quite
Roderick,
rotten. Whoops.
you are still a
Yeah.
paladin of Moradine. I've spoken to him. He can forgive you, I'm sure. Take this and pick a new path.
How many diamonds do you give him?
None.
800.
No, because you burned my hand. That's why I'm saying it.
What do you give him?
What am I
Oh,
supposed
take the experience. Okay, I thought you were actually physically giving him
No,
something.
just take this and
He looks very
Bless him.
confused, and then his head just kind of hangs loosely, and he continues to very awkwardly weep onto the stockade. All right, so where are you guys going?
Honestly,
Talk to Sigmund.
Doc, after all of that, started marching back toward Xavier's building.
Okay.
I
So,
guess me and Ree would go north then.
okay. So you guys move north towards the Church of Palor.
Yes.
And, Doc, you enter Xavier's House of Hemlock. What about you, Gray? Where are you going?
We're just hanging around the stockade waiting for, I guess, 9.
Okay, super easy. So, and we have not passed much time, by the way. So, Doc, you bust into Xavier's house, and Xavier kind of turns around as he's still wafting smoke into the air, and he says, "Oh."
She's clearly fuming. Are you just... I know you're really good at what you do, but are you 100% sure it's her that you're seeing? I mean, she could be in a different form. Maybe it's not just her. Maybe it's actually like a gnome and not her as a gnome.
No, I sense her presence. It's her spirit that I know for sure. But I don't know what form she takes. She's useful, but she's a fucking asshole.
She is just the worst. She's the worst. I mean, is she going to be able to change enough?
I don't know.
Is she going to be able to change enough? I don't know what else I can say to this bitch.
If she can't, leave her to die.
That sounds like a good plan. Okay.
Did something happen? Would you like some tea? Take your shawl off, take your top off. I'm sorry, excuse me. I did not mean your literal top. I meant like your cloak.
She takes her hands off the buttons. Oh. Well,
His eyes go wide.
when we were there, we went out there. So first of all, we walked out of here and she tried to get our attention. Made angry eyes at Ree, and then got angry that we didn't understand why she was angry, because she's always angry.
Let me explain something to you, Doc. She was born into slavery.
Angry.
She was born into slavery and killed her way into hunter status. You come from a village of gnomes. People who live underground peacefully, happily. Jovial nature is everything that you encompass in your very essence. For her, hatred for her enemies, for those who she has been trained to specifically hunt, envelops everything she believes in. I am gifting her with the breaking of her chains from the slaver camps. You and your friends, especially the dwarf, need to break her spirit and help her return to existence, quite frankly, as a new person. I cannot help in that.
I have no problem with breaking her spirit.
Well, then
But-
there you go. You can ride a stallion and break him in as much as you'd like, right?
I was talking about she.
Oh shit. Excuse me. Yes. Yes. She is a very sad case. Born into a slaver camp that is not an easy upbringing. You had a very easy upbringing. Cakes, pies, fresh smoked meats, festivals every weekend from spring until summer, spring until winter, and nothing else to worry about
Well,
in life.
You know more about me than I thought you did, but
Well,
she had something growing up that I didn't have, and that was a sense of belonging.
she has no family.
No, she
Nothing.
doesn't, but she belonged. And she needs to understand that we're
She
trying.
was owned, though. She belonged only because she served a purpose to her masters. And that's something that you must understand. You belong to your family because you were also, quote unquote, born into them. She was born into something of ownership. Yours was free will. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Help her. You are a good doctor. Help her. Have patience with her. And break her fucking spirit down to the copper buckles that hold her leather armor together. And help rebuild her as a fighting force for you and your companions.
I would just like to say that I'm pretty sure before today I've never been angry before. And I'm very angry. I'm going to use that energy the right way so that we can make this come to pass. But at some point, I'm going to punch her in the face.
I think at some point you're going to slit her fucking throat
Very
and
soon.
watch her bleed all over the stockades. Are we understood?
Yep. She'll, like her whole face will kind of change back to less angry version of Doc. She'll give a little wink and then she'll say thank you.
He nods and he says, "You're welcome. I have much wisdom to provide to those who help me in my own ways." And he winks. And as he winks, give me one final perception check of the evening, my friend. And my wife, I guess.
Oh, it was almost an 18. It was almost a 23.
And you see him wink at you. And that's where we're going to end it tonight. So, that was...
Hang on.
Oh,
Since
sorry, go
we
ahead.
got the
What?
inspiration, can I use that inspiration and just do the final kind of intimidation at the crowd? Because I don't want to completely lose it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Give me an intimidation check.
Yeah.
Good. I'll use mine to throw another tomato.
Fuck
Rude.
yeah, do it, do it.
Am I doing it
Sorry.
for strength again?
I'm Bofer, hold up. What did you say? What was the question?
I asked if I was doing it with strength again.
Yes, please.
That's a natural
Jesus.
20.
Wow, I am rolling like shit.
Oh, that's not good. So you do not manage to
It's an
intimidate.
11 for me.
Yeah, so you don't intimidate the crowd all that much, but you intimidate enough of them to where once Gray kind of like leaves you alone for a little while, that 10% jumps up to about 15. But 15% of a 100-person crowd is really not that bad when everybody's throwing handfuls of poo at the dwarf. Gray, on the other hand, all of a sudden, one of the 15 is this prick, and you get hit, bam, fucking square in the right eye with a tomato that has barely started to rot. So it's that firm fuck you to the side of the face, like he had punched you from a distance with a tomato, while not himself. And
Starting
that
to think there wasn't any rotten vegetables in this card after all.
and
They're
it,
that
it,
rich.
it
They're that rich.
splatters.
You know what? I am starting to think Gray is going to be my prey forever.
I like the idea that he's with like a bunch of like kids and he's going 10 points.
even
Temperance.
if he shouts it out, even the 20 pluses are still like, yeah, that's great. Bofer, if you have one very quick last thing, and then we'll go ahead and end.
Oh no, I'm good. It was a joke.
Oh, okay. Well, no, please lay the joke on us if you'd like.
Oh no, it would just be talking to Ree.
Oh, okay, understood. All right, guys, we'll pick up here next week for session 26. This was awesome. These roleplay sessions are just fucking crazy with you guys. Seriously, you blow me out of the water every time. So,
I'm glad you appreciated the out of tune rabbit
oh my
comment,
god,
Lucy.
how, like, seriously, just the banter. I'm not kidding. Bob Vila, set it and forget it. If all I have to do is lay the scene and you guys just fuck with each other for 2 hours, I mean, perfect. And Kevin, so I've talked with Lucy and Boo Boo and Candace, at least specifically with this, or about this, I should say. Ree is hands down one of the funniest fucking characters
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have ever encountered in my DMing career. So, thank you.
Did any of y'all catch
Ree's
my Lord of the Rings
fantastic.
reference?
I did absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yep.
rabbits, yeah.
The stew. Yes.
Yeah. Boil them, put them in the stew.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
no, Ree's becoming my favorite character also. I love her so much. She's such trash.
It's so
She's
so
so
fun.
amazing.
She's literally like she is the epitome of trash goblin. I am trash. I know I'm trash, but fuck you because I'll cut your head off.
I'll kill you. I'll straight
Yeah,
up kill you.
and I have no problem. And if I go down, well then fuck me. I guess I'm trash.
Ree the goblins, the rat slayer, the strippy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to build a really big title for Ree, starting with Joel Rathi, Rat Slayer, comma Breaker of Chain, literally Mother of Dragons,
Breaker of Booyah Chains.
Yeah. All right, guys, have an awesome week.
Thank you,
hope
guys.
I hope you guys have a great week at work or school or whatever you got going for you. And well, I know we got a lot going on this week. It's gonna be hot as shit here this week too. It's gonna be like in the high 90s all
It's 102
fucking
here.
week. Not good for June. Go ahead, Lucy.
Last fun fact, 8 is the highest I've rolled on a performance, and it was a 17.
Jesus Christ.
I love that. I used to do those breezes all the time.
I know bards are because you have expertise, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, that's good shit. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night. I'm gonna pass out.
Good night.
Yes, Lucy,
Yeah,
go to
go
sleep.
sleep.
Go to sleep. You had a crazy week, dude, and thank you for being here tonight. I seriously appreciate it.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Thought we could
All
fight
right.
out the right way, but the high road just doesn't work. We have to be as mean as
Dang,
they are.
Saber made some good beef stew.
Yes.
makes you a soup for 24 hours.
All right, guys.
Thank you for good session. I very much needed the break of game.
We totally understand.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And trust me, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Yes,
I've been
Yes.
working in 100-degree weather for the last 6 days.
It's
Ugh.
been crazy lately, you guys. Crazy. And the wedding last
Right.
night and this weekend and officiating and getting the kids up and down and to bed at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. has just
Yeah.
been a fucking mess. So
Yeah, and then I had work shit come up today, and I don't like working on the weekend.
My job's flipped on me pretty bad, and I am almost completely certain I've lost my promotion, and I think my job might be actually on the line now. So I'm having a fun time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
message us.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
message me.
send us messages.
Yeah.
Deets,
Well,
deets.
yeah. Well, it's all retail bullshit that's not in my control, but because I'm the, I've got the title, it comes down on my head.